Dr. Greg,
Yo.
exactly what percentage of the human DNA do we understand and understand exactly what it does and how it interrelates to the other pieces?
We just did the best sequencing of the human genome, including some of the ends of the telomeres that we couldn't do before. So I would say, I mean, through next generation sequencing, we understand if I think it's like insanely high coverage now. So I would say high 90s, 95 plus.
That's very odd because the highest I've ever seen is 10%.
No, that's like a misunderstanding of like the old terms like junk DNA. So you have things that are expressed or in those regions of DNA that are in between those. And we kind of understand now that those parts that don't make proteins basically have a big impact on the parts that do encode proteins specifically. So there's like transcription factors. I mean, that's the jargon word, but it's basically the ability for those genes to like turn on and off, be regulated, regulatory elements are all in there.
Oh, I definitely agree that it's a mechanism that everything interrelates, and when you don't understand how the entirety of the thing works, like I seriously can't imagine letting a kid that's only ever done an oil change and is a real expert on oil changes dig in and change my heads out. I just possibly can't imagine that. I also appreciate during your speech where you said, or your part of the talk where you said that you think that part of the problem is bad advertising, bad information, things like that. A lot of falsities getting thrown around. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure that you've got to understand that part of the problem with the lack of faith in the medical institution at this point comes from the recent medical things, such as subjecting people to something that they didn't have any long-term testing and results on, and not informing people that this was an experiment on their bodies and we didn't really know how that was going to pan out, and not telling them and breaking the Nuremberg codes in doing
That's
so.
Not true.
And so the medical industry in general has shown to have horrible ethics and has no problem breaking their own ethics and in the to the good, as you like to seem to point out. You like to keep pointing that part out. But the problem is we don't know the bad. And this system that we're talking about has only been around for about 30 years. We generationally don't have any idea what this is going to do to people, not even a tiny little one. And you guys and your community.
You're just making shit up, Ben. You're making shit up.
Shut the fuck up, Duck.
All right, I'm just going to remove you because that's 2 for 2. Go ahead, Ben. I apologize.
Your community has shown that it'll break its own ethics and rules that it even made for itself, and use terms like safe and effective, and then come out in a series of weeks saying 100% effective, 90% effective, 80% effective, 50%. You know what? You better take 8 or 10 of these. It only works for a little tiny bit. We aren't really sure what goes on. Stay 6 feet apart also has no medical backing whatsoever. It was just something we bandied about in the office. That when these are the things that you make rules, that your community has made rules on us, and now you're talking about going in and actually editing our DNA, something you don't fully understand, and you're going to tell us not that we're guinea pigs and we hope this works out well, but that this is safe and effective, which is what your most of your spiel's kind of been.
Okay, so yeah, basically 100% knowledge of every single bit of and how it works. The human genome is very different than us saying that viruses are dangerous, and therefore we are at war with viruses, and we are trying to figure out ways in order to bolster people's natural immunity. So
let him finish, Ben.
Vaccines are the most effective way to train your natural immune system in order to fight off these viruses. So that's why vaccines exist. We understand them. Another thing, the mRNA with lipid nanoparticle, that chassis was it was in development since 1987. It's been used in animals since 2000s, and they've been the personalized gene therapy, or in cancer treatment since 2015. So it's been in humans, and people absolutely it's safe and it's shown to be extremely effective. Actually, the first Moderna and Pfizer vaccines were 95% efficacy, which is insanely high. It's a huge success story, actually. So it sucks, man. Like, as a scientist, and we take your tax money and become the world experts in these things, and we create these new paradigms and are the envy of the world, and people look at us like, wow, they really were able to figure something out. That's an incredible achievement, and you should be proud. Like, I'm proud as a patriot of the United States science and engineering that we do here, and I wish that other people could be patriotic about it. It's patriotic to get vaccinated. It's patriotic to get public health. I mean, I care about the 1.2 million people that died from COVID. I mean, people like to talk about that and downplay it, but I think that's disgusting. It's anti-American.
You guys do love your stolen valor when every historical chart shows that it wasn't vaccines. It was actually just human living conditions. We got things like indoor plumbing, being able to washing our hands, running water. All those things you guys just like stealing that credit. It's hilarious to do. I did enjoy the patriotic spiel at the end, where you're a patriot or if you don't believe this bullshit I'm spitting out, you're freaking not patriotic. That was hilarious.
It's true. I mean, it's true. To look and create conspiracies and downplay the death of 1.2 million Americans is sick, in my opinion. And to create conspiracies that are only going to harm more people, I think that's disgusting. So I think that the people that don't vaccinate right now, the blood is on their hands.
Each other, and I can't hear it.
The blood is on the hands of RFK and these people that are pushing disinformation about all these vaccine preventable illnesses. It's not just COVID, and people erroneously said, and I called them out at the time because I've been doing science communication on YouTube and Twitch since November 2020, that we're not anti-vaccine, we're just against this vaccine. And obviously that's not the case now, with the rise in measles and the rise of measles in Canada and in the United States, by the way. And it's not okay. So we're, the science community is going to be fighting back even harder now.
Yeah. Absolute complete denial that you purposely did human guinea pig testing on the general populace against the Nuremberg codes.
It's not true.
Fully broke them. Don't even care. Those were made in America in order to regulate people like yourself after World War II, where you decided for the good of humanity, you could do some real sick and twisted testing and do some real nasty things. That's called lack of ethics. Something you guys find a super slippery slope. That you figured you could not tell people that these had no long-term testing, but
they did. Label
it. Again, false advertising, safe and effective. We haven't really tested it, but safe and effective.
I mean, if you have a problem with vaccination programs, if you have a problem with vaccination programs, you have a problem with George Washington, because one of the reasons that we actually won the Revolutionary War is because he inoculated his troops against smallpox, and that's one of the reasons that we won. So the first public health campaign was by George Washington himself, and it was for vaccinating or inoculating against smallpox. So factually,
we like that's the same as mRNA.
Well, why do you think that smallpox was eradicated?
Are we pretending like that's the same?
Yes, they're vaccines and small. Why do you think that? Why do wait? So you're admitting then that the smallpox? Wait, so you just admitted that the smallpox vaccine was safe and effective for eradicating smallpox?
I didn't say all vaccines don't work. I never said that.
Okay, so do you agree that measles is important?
Straw man, because you needed something to fight, because you're nonsense. It's indefensible, the crap that your community has done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
that's
so
just
rather
wrong.
than do that, you built a nice little straw man. And
okay, so then can you agree that people should be vaccinating against MMR and the measles virus that's going around?
There's certain historical vaccines, yes. That
can you say that? Can you say that the MMR vaccine is safe and effective?
Had tiny VAERS reports compared to what the most recent ones did. They would have thrown those out so far out. In fact, they even removed their temporary authorizations and said, no, these do not meet snuff.
Okay, can you say that the MMR vaccine is safe and effective? Can you say that?
for the time that it was available, they told them that nice catchy advertising, safe and effective. It was a good one.
VAERS is a product made by the CDC, and that is like scientists use that. So it's not just like this thing. I mean, you guys figured it out because of COVID, but it's been in existence long before that. I mean, can you just say that the MMR vaccine is safe and effective?
I can say that it has a known quantity of, and it's a fairly small one, of adverse reactions.
Do you think that the MMR vaccine is more? Do you think that the MMR
have the adverse reactions? We get to actually inform them and say, there's a small chance, it's 0.5, that you could have this list of reactions. Now it's on you to choose whether you want to subject yourself to that and possibly receive these benefits or not. You get
it's not up to you. It's not up to you. That's not what informed consent is. That's not what it is.
That's something that was required by the Nuremberg codes.
No, it's not.
To keep unethical people like you from doing things to uninformed people. And even though they agreed to it, they're uninformed, and you lied and gave them really clever advertising.
Nobody lied.
Yeah.
No. I mean, can you say that the virus? Can you say that the measles virus is more deadly than the vaccine?
Was there long-term testing?
You tell me. You're the expert.
I just read things. And was there long-term testing? See, here's the part where it's real.
You tell me. I mean, you're spouting vaccine disinformation right now. So, like, I mean, you should know.
And effective without the testing to back it up. Where I can go to that smallpox patient who I'm going to vaccinate and say, we have the testing. We have the long-term studies and results. We can tell you, even generationally, what kind of effects we see from this. Here you go. Here's the information. Here's your informed choice. Would you still like to proceed?
That's not how it works.
People have decided that that's not part of the sequence.
It's never how it works. That's not how. That's not public. No, that's not how public health works. You don't get to decide. You don't get to decide that some people are going to live or die based off of their immune compromised status. The fact that they didn't. I mean, you're trying to basically off everyone that has like a cancer treatment or anything like that, and it's not okay.
Do the Patriot one again. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, it is patriotic to care about public health. So yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Thank you. Nice. You try the dumbest fucking tactics.
I wanted to see if Gary Epi had a thought to add in on that. You're just kind of sitting there smiling. I don't know if you wanted to chime in.
I stand against the medical establishment, and what we're hearing from Dr. Greg is not super clearly said, but kind of leans toward a fascistic medical system where you are being decided what's injected in your arm because you could hurt others. And that is the beginning of the invasion of medicine into fascism. And I totally object against it. And the medical sector is totally decredibilizing itself with this attitude. And eventually people will just leave them behind. And you can develop your science in your ivory tower and no one will care about it because we'll all know the dangers of it and the carelessness of saying we will decide for you. Now, I have to go, Sarah. I will say in conclusion, measles gang, what's up? Unvaccinated, keep going. Bye-bye.
Definitely vaccinated against
Gary
measles,
Epi.
by the way.
That was so fun. And Dr. Greg, they've almost earned themselves the gauntlet. So I know that you could potentially, Gary Epi, you want me to kick you out?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to kick him out.
Almighty Nate lifted half the load for you guys. You know you want to see me keep chewing at this unethical tree. It's
Absolutely.
funny. Ethics is the debate prompt.
But Dr. Greg, I know you wanted to step away at the 2-hour mark.
It's okay. They don't deserve to. They don't get to deserve. They have me. They're stuck with me.
Almighty Nate gave another. He just said, you know what? Whatever. I'm done dealing with Sarah complaining about not hitting.
Jesus.
No.
Almighty Nate. Like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm Greg. You can be my friend. Hang out on my TikTok streams if you want to hang out. Whatever you want. Damn, dude. Jeez.
All right. Well, I will, if Ben, I know you had a bone to pick. Spin, it sounded like maybe you wanted to ask another question. Spin, I'll go ahead and hand it to you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set up the gauntlet while you're asking your question, Spin, and we'll give Ben and Greg a little chill time because I foresee a speed date in their future. Dr. Greg, do you have a hard out, or do you just kind of want to play it by ear?
I'm good right now. We're good right now. So probably like 30, 40 minutes probably.
Perfect. All right. Spin, why don't you go ahead and then ask your question. We'll go from there.
Well, I when you were young, were you vaccinated against anything?
Everything. I get all the vaccines every single year, and I've never denied any of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I asked the question earlier, you didn't know.
What?
Do you remember the question that I asked about a vaccine for, getting me able to use my legs?
Well, that wouldn't be a vaccine, though. A vaccine is a preventative.
We were talking about vaccines. That's
right.
Why I
that would be a gene therapy approach. That would be completely different. A vaccine.
Yeah.
Vaccine is
vaccine.
No,
it's not a vaccine.
No. A vaccine is a piece of a virus that is presented to your body so that it can mount an antibody response to it and remember which antibody killed that virus, and then it creates an ability to make more of those antibodies inside of your body. So it's a natural immune system. Like your body needs to learn how to move or create those muscle fibers, those nerves, all those type of things, and regenerate them. It's not a vaccine that it's not a foreign or a cell that it's fighting. It's like more of a deleterious like change in the genome that needs to change.
Mm-hmm. So the next question is the COVID vaccine. Mm-hmm. I just want to be clear before you're for it or against it.
100% for it.
Okay. And the COVID vaccine unalived a lot of people.
It didn't. That's disinformation.
That's disinformation.
Yeah, it's completely false.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, they actually the FDA, RFK's own FDA actually just had to discreetly put out a report that it didn't cause a bunch of kids to lose their lives like people have been reporting. I mean, even RFK's own FDA can't actually produce any studies to say this, and he says this in his hearings that the vaccine actually killed more people than the virus itself, which is wrong, dangerous, and it's only going to harm more people.
And before you continue on, Spin, compliments of Almighty Nate, Texas Bully Mom, Iotin, and Objective Ethics. We are getting our gauntlet. So if you're watching over on the Raging Tomatoes side on YouTube, I have set up the raid to move over to the gauntlet. If you already know where you're going, please feel free to get there now. Otherwise, enjoy the ride. If you're watching on Twitch, X, Kick, or anything else, I'm going to go ahead and shut that down. If you want to join us, go to YouTube at The Gauntlet Debate. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
All right, back to you.
I'm done.
Spin.
I'm done.
All right. I want to, before I let Ben back in there, because I know it's going to get fun, I wanted to offer to either Ant or For the Win or Clay, if you guys wanted to add something in there.
I mean, I do have some things if the other guys want to go first, because I'm going to probably be like Ben and hog the mic a lot. So I've seen your God's Ant. You were.
What? Just 1 second. So JF's like closing statement about like medical fascism and that kind of thing. I just want to say again,
stop using that term.
Like,
stop it.
He used it, so I'm quoting him directly. So I'm going to do that. That's what he said. Don't get mad at me. The idea is that, again, there are independent scientists all across the world that are independently coming to these conclusions and testing these products. So it isn't a single government. It isn't a single pharmaceutical company. It isn't a single scientist. They're all adversarial groups that are very contentious with one another. Academics hate pharmaceutical companies. They actually, a lot of academics feel like they're stealing science. It's kind of like the Force in Star Wars, and pharmaceutical companies companies are stealing the force for profit. They see them as kind of like the, Darth Vader and stuff. They don't like when their postdocs and their students go and work at pharmaceutical companies. I've lived this. I've talked to these professors. So again, it's just the conflation of all these groups together. Physicians, pharmaceutical companies, scientists, the FDA, governments. Like it's just not true. And basically, people like me, independent scientists and stuff, I have expertise in these areas where you guys just don't. I've been spending 17 years in the lab. It's 40 to 60 hours a week working on this stuff. I've devoted my life to these things, and there is no like financial reason like that I would be beholden to them. I'm just telling you like what it is, and that's just how it is. Like
you still look like an elderly Ryan Reynolds, just so you know.
Okay, thank you. I guess the gene therapy approach hasn't fixed my hair yet.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Actually, you're a silver fox, they call you.
Thank you, pal. Thank you. But my point is like take just 1 second, dude. Just 1 second. 1 second. I promise.
Hold on, Spin.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. The COVID is a good example, actually. COVID was a real test of open source science, where we knew about information, we knew about the sequencing, we knew the sequence of the genome. So when it was published, I think it was like February 2020, the sequence of SARS-CoV-2, I independently, actually, with my own lab tools that I have, uploaded the genome of SARS-CoV-2, and I was looking at where the primers were for the PCR testing to see what was amplifying and how it was amplifying. And then when the CDC, for some reason, decided to make their own primer set, which was not a good idea. And I tested those. I tested the CDC. I tested the WHO primers, and I could see that the CDC primers were wrong. They basically bound non-specifically, so there was more false positives. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a problem with these PCR tests. And sure enough, there was at the very beginning. So, basically independent scientists like me, companies, like if you're a capitalist, other pharmaceutical companies, like break check other ones, like who is the biggest beneficiary of taking down Moderna? Pfizer. And vice versa. They break check each other constantly in order to make sure that they're actually putting out the product that it is, that there's no graphene in them. People hear, lipid nanoparticle and they think nanoparticles. So therefore there must be like these crazy nanoparticles, like nanobots in them. There just isn't. And we can see it. So there is a bunch of, it's more of like a huge battle royale where these people are fighting one another. It's not this hegemony. It isn't a political or scientific or medical dogma that you guys are kind of creating.
All right. Go ahead, Ben. I know you want to jump in there.
Well, I want to start off with his ridiculous statement where he made VAERS into a product and not a reporting system, and one in which the vaccine industry has complete protection and the government actually takes taxpayer money and sets it aside in order to pay off the lawsuits when they lose, which is nearly impossible because they don't accept anything basically. And I'd like to know why you tried to assert that was a product. I'd like to know why it's so, in an ethics debate, you have no problem with being so disingenuous.
Okay. VAERS is a database made for scientists. Okay. It is something that people use in order to put any type of report into them. Okay. And the problem that we saw during the COVID, because it was politicized and people, the existence of COVID was an ideological football that Republicans tried to weaponize. There was a bunch of anti-vaccine people that went into VAERS and tried to flood the VAERS database. So there's literally I have a favorite VAERS data entry. I don't know about you, but mine is where this guy was basically talking about that his dick grew 5 feet after he got his vaccine. It's in the VAERS database. That is right there, and that is in there.
Asking for a friend.
So the idea, okay, damn, Sarah, okay, jeez. I mean, impressive. Okay. But the point is that like VAERS is an important tool that scientists use. And you can just, don't believe me, go to scholar.google.com, type in VAERS, and you can see the publications that are based on VAERS and look in the methodology section, and they go through what has to be done. They have to scrub fake entries like the one that I just talked about. They have to, basically look for actual medical data that actually corresponds with that entry. There has to be like a second confirming case of this actually be like data and that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, so my point is that VAERS worked during during COVID. The best one was the DNA based vaccines, the Johnson and Johnson vaccines that did have a disproportionately high rate of myocarditis rates and blood clotting that were associated with it, and it was pulled. Those vaccines were pulled immediately. So the VAERS, the reporting system did work. And again, you erroneously, so many people like erroneously think about this 1987 vaccine bill. You can absolutely sue the pharmaceutical companies now, but it's just, and people like RFK, by the way, make millions of dollars every year suing these pharmaceutical companies. So even RFK himself actually had to disclose this during his HHS confirmation hearing. So I mean, it's a huge conflict of interest that he's actually getting a payout from Merck, and he's regulating Merck in and of itself. But you can absolutely get and sue these pharmaceutical companies still.
So you're saying there's no liability shield given by the federal government?
There are, yes. So basically, through, I mean, I don't. There's the council, like there's like basically the court. It's I forget what the actual name is. I think it is like the council, and basically it's a fund that is given out from 25 cents per vaccine that people have, and you have 25 cents per vaccine. Every injection gives you 25 cents that's paid into this fund, and people get paid out from that. And but the problem is that a lot of anti-vax people will erroneously put data in there, and that will cause a lot of people to erroneously think that is a problem. And it's not true. And it is just not true. The reason and how we understand science is through publications, and these anti-vaccine people refuse to actually create any new knowledge or any publication from it. And instead, they try to go to this council in order to legislate it, in order to show proof that there is vaccine harm, and there just isn't.
Great, Dr. Greg. Listen, hold on, Ben. Let me finish. He didn't answer my question. So my question was about law, and you went into whataboutism and then deflected to a different subject. The reason why people can't do it is, and RFK and other organizations can, is because generally speaking, it has to go to the highest courts of the land, takes 5 years minimum, and costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's why there's that offshoot.
Doesn't have that money.
That's why there's that offshoot in order to pay people out for people that are genuinely harmed.
I agree with you, and that's why RFK.
Okay, so then how was I deflecting? I didn't answer your question, and now you're agreeing with me. What was that?
Because only one out of every 10,000 things getting report get any form of payout with that pattern you're talking about. I'm simply saying it's not effective, but you seem to make it seem like, oh, if you have a vaccine. Anyway, I just had one important question about that about this during COVID-19. Do you remember when they were saying that in order for your vaccine to work, the other person has to get the vaccine?
No.
People such as Joe Biden.
It decreases the transmission rate. It absolutely decreases the transmission rate. It definitely does. It decreases the viral load. It decreases the viral load inside your body, so therefore it decreases the amount that you transmit. Absolutely.
No, it was to work. So even Anthony Fauci, Justin Trudeau, Macron, 100 people can set. So you believe that for my vaccine to work, you have to get one?
It decreases the viral load, so people are less likely to transmit the virus. But this whole mandate to work that is for healthcare workers, and they already were required to get vaccines in order to be in a hospital setting.
Okay, this is two more quick questions. In 2021, there was a study done and released by CNBC. I'm putting the doctor's name, and they stated specifically that. Let's see here.
CNBC doesn't actually release any publications, so this it doesn't mean anything.
I'm sorry. CNBC, the television station, there was a Dr. Monica Gandhari and Lindsay Marr, where they released a study that was released on CNBC, the television network, that said double masks are 75% efficient and triple mask was 90% efficient. As a scientist, do you agree with this independent study, or do you think it's wrong?
I don't think that those. I don't know. I've never seen it. I doubt that it's actually. A good KF94 and N95 is good, along with the vaccine decreases your the viral load inside your body. So the idea is that none of these are 100%. None of these are 100% sterilizing. So the idea in public health is that you do several incomplete, less than 100% things in order to get better public health. That's the idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. I want to chime in on this.
One last question. Okay. Are you familiar with Dr. Rachel Levine?
No. The same name sounds familiar, though.
Was elected under the Biden administration in 2021 to be the Assistant Secretary of Health, and was also well known for being the first 4-star admiral that's a transgender woman in the Navy. You're not familiar with the assistant?
Now it makes sense.
You're not familiar with the Assistant Secretary of Health in 2001 during the pandemic?
I mean, her name now sounds familiar. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah.
Okay. She was very, very popular.
Okay.
Is that a woman?
Yes.
Okay. I rest my case.
All right. So I have a question, and I know that you're up against basically everybody.
I know it's not fair for you guys. I feel bad. I feel bad. I'm being respectful to Sarah, and I'm not dog walking each of you individually right now. So that's just what's actually happening. So it's okay. It's okay.
They love dog walking, and especially when I put on the pink leashes on them. But
I know, especially since you prefer 5 feet, Sarah. I mean, geez.
Sarah, this guy thinks there's 76 genders. Or 72. I apologize for misclassifying you.
Bro, the only thing that's 72 is your IQ, bro.
Yeah, but I must not be a patron anymore.
But I have to say, Dr. Greg, because I feel like every time, well, at least the last time you hear, nobody likes you because of this very thing that you're saying.
Yeah,
he's getting leftist ideology and calling it science. It's fucking bullshit.
Oh, you can be mad all you want, bro, but I'm telling you, tough love, and this is just what it is. I mean, it doesn't. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about them. I don't care about your feelings. You can try to cry bully all you want, and you can try to be mad, but I don't care about upsetting you. I'm sorry. You are very mad. You're very mad right now.
I would like to ask Dr.
I want to ask a question.
Here's what we're gonna do. Bear with me just a second, Clay. We're gonna do Clay. Then I want to open it up to Claudio. Welcome back, Claudio, and Kraut, because they haven't been able to say anything. We'll open it back up after that. Go ahead, and Clay.
Yeah, so in the mask thing, right? Now, from what I understand about closed environments, especially when they get warmer and especially if you add moisture, that typically does not reduce the chance of receiving, I forget the word, receiving disease and things like that. It actually compounds it. It actually makes it worse. So I don't believe that masking up ever was a benefit. I think that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
So there was okay, we'll take them one by one. There was a study that was shown that basically you decreases the chance of getting it, and people looked at people inside their house that was SARS-CoV-2 positive, and they looked at the transmission rate inside of it. So and then they looked at the vaccine rates of those people, and it was shown that vaccinated people in that scenario have a statistically significant less chance.
Virus to be there. What would be required for that virus to be there? That it would actually have to be transmitted. That means that somebody else with it would have to be in there, right?
Yeah.
So if nobody was in there and I'm in there wearing a fucking mask, then I'm a stupid motherfucker because nobody's ever had COVID inside of my fucking house.
You don't know that. Again, so you're conflating two different things. You're conflating two different things. So SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19 are two different things. So SARS-CoV-2 is the virus. COVID-19 is the disease. So someone could be asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic with SARS-CoV-2 and not develop COVID-19 symptoms. So unless you're testing every single day with PCR, you don't know because basically the viral load can still be there, and the viral load needs to hit that threshold that you start activating COVID-19 symptoms, but there could be
Hygiene. Ben actually pointed this out to
no,
you earlier.
I mean the
hygiene. You're hijacking what
Clay, you should be thrown in prison. You should be thrown in prison, Clay.
The most efficacious thing that we know in order to combat specific viruses is a specific antibody,
Needles
and that
don't
is created
fix
by your immune system.
Needles don't fix this. Hot water and soap does.
Okay, viruses exist, dude. Viruses exist in the world. I'm sorry.
You haven't been booted off of here in a while, but Josh Stacy came by with a drive-by. Wow, hi, Sarah. Bye, Clay. Dr. Greg is boogly boo. All right, Clay, to the back. I'll set a timer for you. On that note, I'll hand it over. Thank you, Josh, for the dono. I'll hand it over to Claudio. If you have a question or comment or want to jump in here, you are more than welcome to.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a question to the doctor. It's very simple. Can you explain me why the only country that didn't depend on any laboratory pharmaceutical is Cuba, that creates their only vaccine called La Soberana, and it has the best results for the people who were infected and for the people who were not infected, combining all the other vaccines. Why the Soberana, the only vaccine created by Cuba, the only country that didn't bought vaccines from Moderna or AstraZeneca or whatever, why is that vaccine that is not mRNA, how do you say the system, mRNA? Yeah, thank you. Why that vaccine that doesn't have that system is better and is scientifically demonstrated by papers that is better than the other ones?
Yeah, so we know basically from epidemiology and that the countries that had the most vaccines had the lower mortality rate globally. So we just know that across the globe, that if you had more vaccines, you had more people living. That's definitely true. And you're highlighting something that's very embarrassing for me as an American patriot. Again, we have access to these world-class healthcare, and yet we are ranked deaths per capita about 200 from COVID-19, the pandemic. So it is a huge moral stain that we didn't care about one another enough in order to do these preventative measures. It really shows and highlights the selfishness of the American culture right now, and it's something that I fight back every day with. I think Cuba is a really good example, and I thank Cuba for they actually sent physicians during the height of the pandemic when there wasn't a vaccine, and selflessly actually sent people here in order to try to help us, and ventilators. So yes, I think that Cuba did a better job at looking out after one another. They have higher rates of looking out and caring about their public health. So it is what it is.
How do you explain Afghanistan? It had not even 1% vaccination rate and the lowest death rate of COVID-19.
Do you really think do you think that Afghanistan is going to have the highest rate and data of efficacy for epidemiology?
That's your argument?
Do you really think? Tell me. That's why you can find these outliers and you can try to cherry pick whatever you want. Whatever it is. But the rate of vaccines and the mortality, the death rate, the more vaccines, the less the death rate globally. That is what it is.
You all the respect, you didn't answer my question.
Yeah, and that's.
I did. The Cuban people had more people
in
that
Cuba, they came up with a vaccine that wasn't RNA related, and it had more efficacy than the mRNA related ones. Why did you do that particular
because
route
it's not just mRNA efficacy that matters. So again, it's about public health, and it's about masking, and it's about social distancing, and it's about looking out for one another. The United States we created, and we never stayed home. We never actually shut down as a country. So we created more and more spread, communicable to spread. So I would say that it's not. You want to look at just the results and just say it's just the vaccine, and I'm saying that your premise is wrong. I know, and your premise is wrong. And your premise is wrong. The idea of just the vaccine is going to confer alone, vaccine access, like that's going to be the only deciding factor. It just isn't.
The vaccine is better. Why that vaccine?
It is. You can have because you can have a less efficacious vaccine, but then you can have higher rates of public health and people caring about one another and people staying home, and it could be better for the population.
It's also warmer in Cuba.
Why is better than the others?
Cuba did that better than we did. The other thing?
No.
Yeah,
we did. The United States did uniquely poorly throughout the entire world. So 200.
Once, so let me go ahead and read money then, because I can't hear. Objective ethics. Actually, shout out to TrippyCast and his raid coming in. Welcome to all you silly little clowns. Objective ethics sends in the big 20. Says science is a field of knowledge that describes a method of understanding and engaging with objective reality. Please stop trying to vilify the thing that has led to longer lifespans, higher successful birth rates, and more. Dr. Greg would probably agree with this sentiment. Everyone else, any thoughts to add in, or does that piss you off? Does that make you angry?
I have something to add to that comment.
Sure, go ahead, Kraut.
That statement is fundamentally stupid because not every scientific method has helped society. Some has drastically changed for the negative or outright destroyed a certain aspect of the world. So that comment is just
there's not some scientific method. There's the scientific method. It was a general statement about the scientific method leading to positive things, whereas also there's negative things. The problem is when the scientists always defend things that are mediocre, find reasons and didn't work. They're like apologists, like the religion. Dr. Greg, a sincere question, man.
Well, hold on. I have more super chats to get through.
Sorry.
It was just to respond to the super chat if anybody else had another comment to it. Anybody else? All right. Uncle Fatty says with the 420, of course. He loves sending funny. He'll send 420. He'll send 666 and all sorts of fun things. But he says, warning, this is not medical advice. And then, of course, Jim, we love you, Jim, says with the Big 10, if you yell and use curse words, they will understand you better, Dr. Greg. They are mostly simple people. Shots fired. Anyone on the panel feel insulted?
He spent money, so no.
Oh,
we should bring Smart Scott here, as they can really talk the same language.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. I want to hand it over to Kraut to jump in with a question because you haven't had a chance to really say anything towards.
Yeah. How you doing? Doctor, what's your name?
Greg. Sorry. Thanks,
Dr.
man.
Greg, how you doing?
Good, man. Thank you.
I just had a few questions. First question I want to ask, not that I'm insinuating you said it, I just jumped in when somebody was mentioning dictatorship.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting we should force people to get
what? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Did we lose him?
He's been having problems all day, Sarah.
He's always on his phone. That's the problem.
Kraut, can you repeat the question? Your Wi-Fi tapped out for a second there.
Oh, that sucks. I'm on a fucking internet. Again, I'm not saying you did say it. I just joined in when somebody was mentioning a dictatorship. So I have to ask, are you suggesting the government forces people to take vaccine or gene splicer, which is what this panel is ultimately about?
Vaccines, yes. No. Gene therapy, no.
That's what I was going to ask. So hold on, you think that the government should forcibly make people take vaccines?
Not like strap people down and like inject them, but we should absolutely.
Then
yes, we should absolutely. No, again, you missed the.
Hold on. Go ahead, Kraut.
Now, would you say your opinions are mostly based or biased?
I'm sorry, your first word, phased or biased?
Based or biased?
Based or biased?
Based or biased?
I mean,
I'm not understanding the difference between that.
Based or biased? I mean, they're based on the scientific method so that they can change.
Or are you do you have a biased opinion?
Well, I'm biased towards science, absolutely.
I'm sorry, repeat your answer.
I'm biased towards science, absolutely.
So why should we take anything that you say seriously? With all due respect.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to. I don't agree.
With
Crowd,
all
we all
due
have
respect,
bias.
you just called Rachel Levine a man. If you were any type of doctor,
No, Rachel
or
Levine
any
was a
type of
woman.
scientist, you would know that Rachel Levine is a man, not a woman.
Okay. I mean, how many?
Hold on.
Dude, how many hours a day do you think about girl cock? Is that that's a big part of your day, isn't it? Yeah, you think about that all the time, don't you? Stay mad, dude. Stay mad. Yeah, he's like all the time, all the fucking time. That's right,
Hold up, I got one more question.
yeah, you love it, dude. It's okay. It's okay. You're so mad. You're so mad, dude. You're so mad.
Dr. Gregory likes to make fun of handicapped people. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You had a follow-up question. Go ahead.
All right. I got one more question for you. Well, first, I'll give you my base before my final question. I don't think anything that alters the DNA, because that's essentially what gene splicing is, right? It can alter your DNA permanently.
Vaccines don't edit your DNA.
Well, this panel, yeah, we're talking about vaccines, but the panel was about gene splice or gene manipulation.
Gene therapy.
Yeah. I don't agree with anything that can alter your DNA. But I got one final question for you. How many people died from COVID?
1.2 million.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Okay.
Because they would say somebody died with COVID if they had a heart attack, and they may have had COVID.
It's okay. So you're misunderstanding how we got that number. So basically, we have the expected death rate. We had the expected death rate.
Am I saying his name correctly? He's a liar. He stated
yes. People lie on the internet, but I'm telling you the truth, and that's what the difference is. So basically, we had an expected death rate, and then we have a ton more people that are dying higher than that expected death rate, and that's 1.2 million people all the way. We don't test every single person that died during the COVID pandemic to know whether or not that's the 1.2 million. So we don't PCR test and then tally. We look at broad populations and we see that 1.2 million people died more than expected.
Now, is that based or biased?
That's not true.
That's biased on science. Yes. Epidemiology is science.
Hold on, Kraut. You believe in science. Is it biologically possible that a man can become a woman and a woman can become a man? You said it. Now back your facts up.
So hours or days, like girl cock? Are you thinking like, is that like a big thing? It's like days, isn't it, dude? It's days. You just love it. Again, you just love it, dude. It's cool. I mean, it's chill, dude. I don't like. It's cool. I don't front it. You know, that's cool. I know. And it's a biological fact that you think about girl cock constantly. So that's just what it is. It's cool. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's chill, dude. It's chill.
Hold on a second. It's fun.
Okay.
But answer his question.
He can't.
What is the question? What is the question?
Why?
You're fucking little child chemist.
Hold on for a second.
You're so mad, dude. I love it.
The question was, is it biologically possible for a man to be a woman and a woman to be a man or whatever like that?
I mean, no, you're not going to be able to change your gametes.
Answer it.
He's answering.
He just said no.
Then why would you say Rachel Levine is a woman?
Because like because dude, I can
decided to be a woman at 58 years old and still has a penis. Just to clarify more details.
Okay, so again, a lot of it's okay. A lot of girl cock clock. It's okay. Okay, so the idea is that you're looking at a woman. You're looking at a woman, and you see someone. You are not assessing and using the term woman based off of their genomes. Like it's a different thing that happens.
The genomes. You know what? Does a doctor at birth who determines the sex of a child?
Assigned male or assigned female at birth is usually I don't know, actually. I think probably the nurse or physician, OBGYN. I don't know.
Answer the question, dumb fuck. You've been up here rattling these people for 3 fucking hours with your stupidity.
Oh, you're so mad, dude. Bro, the only one stupidity is you, bro. You're like talking, you're just crashing out. Like you're just sitting there. It's like
hold on.
How long?
Let's turn your mic down because you keep either getting really close to it or something on your end that it's coming in and it's actually blowing itself.
Yeah, well bro, look. I think that there are maybe we should think about and I was wrong. Okay, I'll admit when I was wrong. I was wrong. You know, I think during you've changed my mind. I do think that we should figure out enhancements ideas in for humans, and just for you specifically, we should think about how to increase the size of girl cock so that you can get off better. We should figure out how we can use CRISPR to enhance the length of girl cock just for you, bro. We should think about that for sure.
You want to insult me?
He's embarrassing himself. He's not insulting.
Bro, you're insulting me like every sentence, man. You just can't stop, and you're so mad. Yeah. Like I don't give a. Who are you?
America had 2.85 million deaths.
Doing lady boys now.
23.
Yeah, that's all they think about, dude. It's all ladyboy talk. It's good.
You can just go to Vietnam.
All right.
I know.
All right. You're all talking, and there's no money coming in, so I'm gonna start getting pissy here. Claudio, did you have any other follow up or another question? I want someone more serious right this second, not worried about girl cock. Go ahead, Claudio.
Oh, sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Shucks.
No
Back to
worries.
your good part of
If you don't have,
Oh, you're so mad, dude. You're so
Claudio,
mad.
if you don't have
Come by my stream anytime, and I'll dog walk you again.
I have a question.
sure, go ahead, Claudio.
Woof woof.
If for the doctor or whoever, if you know Daniel Levitat currently serves as the CEO of NanoPass Technologies, that is a medical device company specializing in intradermal drug delivery,
Okay.
vaccine immune optimizations. What do you think about NanoPass technology?
I did my PhD with nanotechnology. So, I mean, yeah, I think that there's huge advancements in that technology, and it's awesome. I mean, but basically, like the nanotechnology that exists, today is completely different than the lipid nanoparticles that you guys are assuming, and it's just completely different. We're talking about 30 years of research and development. And the stuff today is incredibly different and awesome, and it has its unique advantages for sure.
And do you think it's casual that Israel funding is the major partner of this technology?
I mean, Israel has a lot of biotechnology companies per capita, dude. So I'm not surprised that they would do some research with it. Okay. I mean, nanotechnology is been around for, since the 1960s, 1970s. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not like this new thing that, that just spawned up.
No, the new thing is the vaccine. They put everybody inside.
The lipid nanoparticle delivery system is not created by Israel, bro.
I'm talking about nanoparticles and not lipid ones.
Okay.
Do you think that Israel is taking advantage of a huge project that now they call and they speak a lot of things about that project in the last World Jewish Congress about hack the hate?
What? No, dude. No, I don't think there's a problem.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're interested in Hack the Hate 2026 is the project for AI filter and
Oh my God.
Comments.
Okay.
And
genders are there?
Cool.
How many genders are there?
For you.
Ask him scientifically, the scientific answer.
Scientifically.
I love it. It's so funny, dude. That's all you guys can think about. Just girl cock all day long. It's amazing. It's so funny,
you
dude.
Can't deflect and call
so funny. Yeah, because you're I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care about your feelings. I'm not gonna let you just be misogynist and an idiot, and I can react to however you want. You know what I mean? I'm not reflecting on anything.
You're the doctor.
You can get mad all that you want. I love this. I'm not getting mad. You guys are completely crashing out. I love this. Stay mad.
Okay, you're the scientist. He asked you a scientific question, and you respond by calling him gay.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I'm not saying he's gay. I'm saying misogynist. That's not gay.
Ask you a scientific question. You're like being rude.
Dude, you're I mean, it's just getting a little like kinky for, you know what I mean? You guys are really getting into there's websites for this. There's websites to this that you could have like, you know, there's websites you can, it's okay.
Would you please ask the guest to answer my question?
Scientifically speaking, how many genders are there? 2, 4, 1, 60?
I don't know how many, like the same amount as IQ points that you have, bro.
Can I bring us back to topic, guys?
Dr. Greg, say you don't know. Say you don't know.
I have a real question in reference to the topic, not this gay shit.
No.
So Doc, okay.
Damn.
I have a question for your, not the gay
Damn.
shit. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Is what it is. So obviously, you know, in these trials, these tests, somebody's going to have to be the quote unquote guinea pig. Would you personally submit yourself? Would you submit your wife? Would you submit your children, your boy, your daughter? Would you submit your mother? Would you submit your own family? Would you submit your own friends to these testing trials?
So I think it like matters. I would have absolutely done the COVID vaccines personally, but and by the way, my wife was pregnant during when the vaccine came out, and we absolutely got her vaccinated for that. And all my kids have had the vaccines for sure. Like I personally, like, I mean, personally, I would be very okay with more and more risky procedures the closer I am to the end of my life, right? Where I have like the ability to like take more risks and that kind of thing. If something is like first round, or, you know, and there's been really good clinical trials before that, and I'm, you know, I have a stage of cancer and that could have a huge efficacy, then it definitely makes sense, right?
How about
but
your children?
The problem, yeah, for sure. If there was the same problem, yeah.
I mean, you
So
would
again, the problem,
the first round, like as in you would inject them first, or you would go in there and cut and splice and edit in on them first.
If,
I just want to make.
I would do it on myself. I would, bro. I mean, I wouldn't trust any scientist that wouldn't want to do the procedure on themselves, and I would do anything that I was advocating for my own body,
especially their son. Like
sure. And so just so I can slap it with you one more time, dude. That's it. Yeah, for sure. And God, you just keep getting dog walked, dude. You keep running into this stuff, and you just look so bad here. It's so funny. I love it, though. It's cool. I mean, it's really cool. You really got a hard on. You really got a hard on for Cox. It's great, though. I love it. It's okay. Yeah. So anyway, so the problem is like. The problem with the RFK administration right now with the HHS is specifically they're actually removing funding for animal models and chimpanzee like testing. We go from human tissue culture in the cell based to like mouse models, and then there's usually like an intermediary to humans. So if you guys really care about causing less harm to humans, you should be really mad that RFK is actually removing those intermediary steps, and because it's definitely going to lead to more people being harmed because there aren't those adverse adverse side effects that we find in the mouse and the other models. So I'm telling you, if you care about this stuff, you should be absolutely opposed to what RFK is doing.
I'm not okay. And the thing about it is you do have to move to human trials at some point in time.
Yeah, of course.
And then typically what happens, and I see that you're consistent. You're saying, you would test on yourself, your children, your wife, your mother, that sort of thing. And look, you're consistent. I agree with that. Look, you want to do it on yours. That's fine. But then here's a question. What if your child says, no, Dad, I don't want to be tested on? Would you still test on him?
Clay, he's not consistent because he called us unpatriotic, but then said he would make the government forcibly vaccinate every man, woman, child.
Yeah, well, that's what the history of the again. Maybe you were asleep, or maybe you were looking at trans porn. But during the debate, we talked about this, and we talked about George Washington and how he inoculated his teeth with smallpox. It's okay, just remove the dildos from your ears, and you can hear better. So now, you're crying. So hardy. It's not fair. It's not fair. So mad. You're so used to being mean.
All right, children. My turn. Backstage, I do have Dr. Darko here to back up Dr. Greg. So if you want to give Dr. Greg some backup, You got to send 10 to boot someone off the panel
don't
so we can get
no.
Dr. Darko. I don't know if Dr. Darko is actually a doctor, but we call him Dr. Darko nonetheless.
Stolen valor.
Janelle says, Dr. G, is there a cure for regressive inbreedism? I don't know if that's a funny question or a real question.
I mean, theoretically, it could be in the future. We were actually talking about that. Like there could be, like, if there was some problems, like I mean, a good example is actually, and we were talking about with JF, is like he kept bringing up dogs, but through dogs genomics, then we know how inbred they are. They're actually being rescued by sequencing their genome and breeding them with other strains of dogs, right? So they're actually increasing the genetic diversity. They're increasing the quality of life for those animals because of genetics.
And Jim sending $10 just because I'm awesome. I love you too, Jim. Thank you so much. Dr. Darko, what you got for us? I know you're here to play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't ruin my fun. Don't ruin my fun. You know?
But, yeah, no. I'm sad I missed the French dude. I really wanted to know where his wife was. Because we do have a cure for
no.
and it's called camping, apparently.
So could I get an answer to my last question? What if your child said, "No, Dad, I don't want to be tested on"?
I mean, so I think like no kid would want to have a surgery in general, but as a parent, you kind of figure out what you can do in order to mitigate harm for your child, and you have ultimate say. I mean, this is actually why I feel like parents that don't vaccinate their children should be charged with childhood neglect, because the kids that are in hospitals right now from vaccine preventable diseases, did they consent? Did they consent to have lifelong debilitating diseases now because of their parents didn't choose to vaccinate them? I mean, people really think about informed consent, but what about those children that never consented to have those diseases?
Bro, I love your consistency. However, now I'm going to ask you a good question.
Sweet.
This is going to challenge you.
How many genders does vaccines have? Sorry.
Sorry. I don't do nonsense talk, man. I'm here to.
I'm with you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Honestly, Clay, I really appreciate your questions, bro. Genuinely.
Very good. So the parent, right? Because that's the parent, there's an autonomy that he has over the child. Now, you're not the parent of another person's child. What if all of a sudden now you've got somebody else's child in that clinical testing, and that child says, I don't want to be the guinea pig? At some point, there's going to be, and I do understand that adults do this thing where they actually can sign up for testing.
Yeah, that's how it all works. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a normal thing. Trial testing goes on all the time. You have to sign up for it. There's a bunch of waivers. But at some point, when does the child testing stop? Because that's somebody else's child. What if you don't get anybody to sign up their child for your trial testing?
They're not going to like force anyone to have like childhood testing that didn't sign up. I mean, but the question, I worry about this myself, bro.
Then they go to Africa and they do it on the poor. This is where the bioethics panels come in, because they'll offer them like, hey, we'll give you free medical care for the next 20 years and we'll offer food and supplies and XYZ, things that you wouldn't normally have if you let us test X, Y, and Z on you.
Well, I mean, that's conflating some things. I mean, USAID is undoubtedly a good thing, and at USAID, I would absolutely help in the Ebola outbreak that's happening in Africa right now, and it's going to cause like thousands of more people to die because we are not involved in there, like specifically. The danger is what we're talking about in regards to RFK wanting to, and I'm glad that they pulled back from it because it's completely unethical. They wanted to actually do when viruses are present, they wanted to do a saline test on this one vaccine that we know is safe and effective. And basically, they wanted to cause more harm to those people in order to have like a fake study that we don't actually need. So it's very what?
What's the name of the vaccine?
Somebody paid
I don't know.
His name
I don't know. It was something.
This guy dances around every question.
It was
You
okay.
don't know the name. Hold on. You don't know the name of the vaccine. You just made a claim about it.
Yeah, I forget what it is. I don't know.
You know it was Daredevil the whole time.
Yeah.
No, hold on, guys. His gish galloping is spinning around, deflecting. You
Well,
just made a claim about the vaccine that you said we know it's safe and effective, but then I asked you that you said I don't know. You don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
So
we should. Oh, that's scientific.
Continue. Because it actually is scientific to say you don't know when you don't know something. So I know
you just made
this
a
is
claim about
this is what
safe and effective, sir. Why don't you understand how this works?
Because that is how it works. There can be a vaccine that's safe and effective, and you don't need to cause more harm by subjecting it.
You just made a statement, and then I asked you to give me the name of it so I could look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
And you don't even know the fucking name.
Look at it.
How are we supposed to listen to you?
Okay, let me explain this to you. Use all 10 of your brain cells and think about and put them to your hands and your fingers and think about this. I think you're gonna need all of them. Oh, you're so mad. Oh, he's so mean to me. He's so mean to me. Oh, he's so mean to me. Oh, you're so mad. You're so mad. I love pushing your shit in. I love it. So okay, so look up the RFK. Look at. Listen to me. Just listen. Okay, please. Please, you can just, please, you're so mad. Oh, why isn't he professional? Why isn't he just a punching bag? I am a good scientist. I am. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Therefore, I talk money. Texas Bully Mom says, you guys went full gay gauntlet on us. Girl cocks for sure. But here's for all of the fine gentlemen this evening.
Tomato, fierce and red, juicy curves,
This message is sponsored in part by.
I don't appreciate lateral damage.
Look at.
I did not talk about.
That's Dr. Greg's screensaver already.
Oh, bro. Yeah, sure, bud. Sure, bud.
About safe and effective.
Look up RFK Africa vaccine trial. Look it up.
You already admitted
we're gonna let Kraut wants to get out of here. Let's give him his final word so he can hit the hay. Go ahead, Kraut.
Yeah, give me like 30 seconds again, always, Sarah. Thank you for having me. I think Greg here got his doctor's degree from the same place Joe Biden's wife got her doctor's degree. It's
Where'd you get yours?
Outrageous that the guy wants to be taken seriously, but he admitted his science whole based on his biased opinions instead of factual things. And final thing is anybody that says the government should force us to do anything is not a true American. You can
bullshit.
Gallop or
That's
way
wrong.
around it, but you're not a true American if you think the government should force us to do something.
You're just wrong. There are laws that are forced on you, bro. That's just what it is. That's how it works. Like laws are forced on you.
Hold on.
No, it's not wrong. Laws aren't forced on you. Laws aren't forced on you.
No.
That's to make society a safer place.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how public health works.
Hold on. There's a difference, okay? Laws are enforced and are active because it protects my rights. It protects other people from impeding on my rights.
Exactly.
Forcing a vaccine is violating my rights. That's why they are optional. I can choose not to get them. I can choose not to give them to my child. I just don't have the option to send them to a public school unless I have some type of waiver or format, so on and so forth. So there's a very stark difference between laws that are there to protect me, right, from other people versus laws that would, if you were to force vaccines upon me without giving me the option to opt out.
So vaccines give permission. Actually, vaccines give freedom because it allows people to be in rooms without viruses present. So it allows you to have vaccines. So
can nobody hear me? Dr. Greg, go ahead. I heard everybody else, but Dr. Greg, I couldn't hear.
So vaccines allow people to go into a room without a virus present. So if an unvaccinated person comes into a room, you have removed the freedom and liberty of that room to be virus free, basically. And that unvaccinated person is choosing for everyone else in the room that they are going to be diseased. That's why they are actually being unvaccinated is removing freedom and removing liberty from those people.
Wouldn't that other person be vaccinated, like measles, for instance, right? If you don't have the measles vaccination and I do, and then you contract measles and then we hang out and then now I have the vaccine. So I wouldn't get measles, right?
No, not necessarily. So you could have there's breakthrough cases, 3% of the cases, and people that have let's say like a cancer medication that makes them immune compromised. So those people are still important in our society, and we should absolutely care for them. That's why it's patriotic to be vaccinated.
How common are each of those cases?
Well, not only, actually, I would go into the idea of this would be like an STD, right? If you contract an STD, you now have the due diligence to inform anyone else that you're sleeping with that you have an STD or that you're getting over it or you're on the meds and you shouldn't, right? You have due diligence. So if I contracted measles, now I have the due diligence to stay the fuck home.
And guess what? And yes, and if we had some way of visibly seeing the unvaccinated people in society, that I would be okay with that. But guess what, Sarah? Like, they are actually trying to remove quarantine orders at the state level in Republican states right now, and making it more dangerous for people. So the hantavirus people, for example, there is only a suggested stay home for these people. These hantavirus people are not actually quarantining in the United States right now. They could be going to football. They could be. I know you're celebrating the idea of Americans living, but I'm actually or dying. But I'm actually a patriot, so that actually makes me frustrated. You can stay mad, but the idea is that quarantining should be something about epidemiology, and we should actually do it.
American patriot.
He's a gay patriot.
Only your girlfriend, bro.
Because when I go out into the public domain, I put myself at risk to get hit by a bus. Mm-hmm. I get myself put at risk to get shot, get mugged, trip on a curb, trip over a sewer. I going out into public domain, I have the recognition and acknowledgement that, hey, when I exit my private home, those risks now increase to anything. I'm now subjecting myself to the public and what it may have, right?
Exactly. And that's what public health is. So public health is the idea that it is something shared between all people. That's why we call it public health. And when people poison the well of public health, they're harming everyone.
But see, I am subjecting myself to that risk by going into public domain, right? I can choose to stay the fuck home. If I think that there's a fear factor of measles or was it whatever that other one you said, COVID, so on and so forth, like all of these boogeyman, getting shot, that getting hit by a bus, all of those things, like I can choose the direction of entering or exiting public domain and what risks I could carry along the way, right? That is still my due diligence as a person and what risk factors I'm willing to subject myself to.
And the idea is that these are vaccine preventable illnesses and that we actually have a vaccine for it. So there's no vaccine against car accidents. There's no vaccine against being shot. There's no vaccine against that kind of stuff. And there is for this thing. So that's the thing.
Hold on. Would everybody just shut the fuck up and let me walk this through, please? Thank you. I don't talk much, but when I have a fucking thing to say, I want everyone else to shut the fuck up, please.
Respect women.
Calm down.
Thank you. So who's saying calm down? Are you telling me to calm down?
I'm just saying, like, when you get outraged, it's kind of sexy.
Okay, shut up, Simon.
Yeah.
I don't want Simon to think I'm sexy. You take a little time out in the back for a minute, Simon. Fuck, now I lost my thought. So
you were saying preventative measures when you cross the street and hit by a car, and
right. And what did you respond to that with? I apologize.
That we have
Dr. Greg.
vaccines in order to prevent that. I mean, so like Go ahead,
yes, I got it. Thank you. So then why am I even getting the vaccine if I then am not necessarily overly protected by going out into the public domain by this, because there's still this 3% or this percent or this chance or that chance of something happening. Like at that point, why the fuck would I get it if it's not going to make a difference anyways?
It does make a difference.
And go full raw dog out into the public domain and say, fuck it, whatever.
It does make a difference when enough of us come together and all get vaccinated, because then you basically you eliminate the chance for a virus to go from one to another to another to another and community spread, and you basically allow it to mutate less, spread less disease. People are healthier overall. So that's the idea. I mean, it's the same idea that like the same thing we have, and you're talking about car accidents. Think about red lights. Okay, red lights exist, but yet people, there is some percentage of people that die from running through red lights. So is the example like, oh, we should just raw dog every single intersection and red lights do nothing? What if you were a red light abolitionist and you were like, red lights are fascism?
Driving, the raw dog would be driving, right? Like I should just. I should, at this rate, I should just either not drive or just drive reckless to begin with, right? It doesn't matter. Might as well have my fun. That's why the Autobahn exists, right? But
there's still rules and regulations in the Autobahn.
Well, it would be like where we have condoms. It's a choice. What you're saying is everyone should wear condoms mandatory to stop STDs, or no one should kiss to stop herpes. Whereas it's a choice. Like that's the obeying laws, which are guidelines. And you're saying like we should have a wall that electrocutes anyone that crosses the street to prevent death.
Well, I think the biggest point here too is education, right? So we all know what red lights do. We all know what condoms do. We all know what the guardrails are for. But when it comes to medical advancement, specifically when it comes to, well, I don't want to get into gene editing because we're at this point we're into vaccines. If you're talking about vaccines, it's very important for you to know exactly what this vaccine is doing. Like if you tell me, oh, it's just going to fix you. That's bullshit. I'm just not going to believe you, and I'm not going to take the vaccine, right? You're a doctor. You're actually supposed to show me, educate me, but you don't. Instead, you say it's going to fix you. If the government takes that same approach with red lights and street lines and guardrails and speed limits, and they don't tell you why it's beneficial, then you're just an idiot blindly following another idiot who probably also doesn't know why it's actually needed.
Well, have you seen any study that shows that?
Even at that, I can shut up, Simon. Shut up, Simon. I can still. Okay, let me do it again. I can still drive my truck on my own property without getting a license, without getting tags, without getting registering my vehicle. I can still raw dog my truck in my own property. If I have 10 acres, I can drive my truck all around. The government can't do anything about it because I'm not on public domain. The minute I enter public domain, now I'm regulated because they pave those roads. That's their space that they created for me to utilize, and I have to utilize it under their regulations, right? But for me to walk off of my property and walk across the field or walk down the sidewalk, that I'm not necessarily getting hit by like, oh, you must be vaccinated to enter the public domain, right?
Yeah, we have. I mean, if we were hermetically sealed and every single person like had their own little like cube that we didn't leave and we didn't need to interact with one another, then vaccines wouldn't be necessary because viruses wouldn't be a problem. I mean, the problem is viruses, guys. I mean, it's humans versus viruses, and vaccines are the best way that we know how to deal with viruses. Like the problem is viruses. It's humans versus viruses, and you guys are taking the viruses side against humans. I'm taking the human side. Like if there was some way of not needing vaccines and we could still deter and kill these viruses and stop the spread of them, then and it was more efficacious, then people would just go with that.
Don't you inject virus?
I have a question.
Go ahead for the win.
Dr. Greg, this is kind of piggybacking after our last conversation. What are I have a couple questions. What are your thoughts on the MMR vaccine? I
mean, measles is the most infectious disease that we know of, and it only makes other viruses more deadly too on top of that. So it's like incredibly important that people get the MMR vaccine.
Okay. And when it comes to clinical trials, how many people should be in a clinical trial?
I don't know. I don't do that research.
Okay.
Typically, you'd have about age range you dealing with when it comes.
Guys, shut the fuck up, Simon. Just kick him the fuck back again. What? Jesus Christ.
Why are you swearing at me, bro?
Because you keep talking like a fucking moron. Shut up.
All right.
That's fair. What? That's fair.
What? No, that ain't fair. I don't.
Shut up.
You swear at me for no reason, bro. Like I'm trying to have a conversation.
I'm trying to have a conversation right now. You keep opening your fucking
Why are you
app.
mad at me all of a sudden? Like Jesus Christ.
Go ahead for the win.
So typically, you'd have tens of thousands of people in a clinical study.
No, I was trying to ask her a question, okay? And you
go ahead for the win.
Thank you. So typically, you should have tens of thousands of people in a clinical study. So when we do a clinical study, do you think we should have placebo control, Dr. Greg?
We do, and they do. The vaccines do have the saline and placebo controls. They've had them. They don't run it every single time, but they have them. Yeah.
Well, specifically with the MMR one, it was FDA licensed in 1978, and we finally got data from what they did in this trial 41 years later in 2019, and they're saying that they had a trial done of 834 children. It had no placebo control, and it was only reviewed safely for 42 days after injection.
Okay.
So,
I mean, do you think that that's the only study? Do you think that's the only time that it's ever been like studied, like in this stuff?
Issues within 42 days of receiving that vaccine.
Dude, I mean, there's tons of the different researchers across those years that have like looked into this. It's not just one thing, and that's it. Like that's not true.
So you're saying your research is like absolute, and we should believe you?
I'm never saying science is absolute about anything.
Increased population with these gastrointestinal issues.
Yeah. I'll drop this in the back chart for you guys. You can take a look at this. So, I mean, if I'm looking for informed consent, and I'm anticipating the powers, the experts that be, are doing safe clinical trials with tens of thousands of people, not 834 children, and I would expect there to be a placebo control. If you're not going to have a placebo control, how accurate is this data that we're getting? And then on top of that, they went ahead and gave the licensure for it.
Okay.
And before anybody else responds, I must do a quick griff break because I wasn't paying attention, but you only have 3 minutes to hit that dono goal and finish it. You are currently 7 out of 10. You only have to hit up 3 more if you want to keep the show going. 3 more. That's it. Just 3 more. Let's hit it. Because if you don't hit the 3 donos, then you're going to have to hit another full red dono. And I don't want to do that to you. So hurry up, get those 3 in, and we're going to keep on going. All right. Back to you two.
I mean, so what I'm looking for is, more people, placebo control, and a longer term study done more than 42 days.
Okay. Bro,
so what you're telling me, just seems like if you're going to get licensure on this, something happened in the chain of command that allowed this to get licensure when it clearly should have never gotten that.
Okay, so I mean, there's tons and dozens of studies against this stuff. Like, it's not just one study. You're making it like that this one thing is the linchpin that unravels the entire thing, and that's just not the case, bro. There's dozens. But if that was erroneously done and it was a fallacious study, then there would be subsequent studies that would have found that it was not replicatable and that it was wrong.
Okay. So then they did another clinical trial, which had a total of just 102 children with it. 64 of the 102, or nearly 63% of them, experienced gastrointestinal illness, and that 43 or 42% of the children experienced upper respiratory illness within the first 42 days following the administration. Okay. So again, they did another follow-up study, and we still have an even smaller sample size, and they're still neglecting what actually happened. They just throw it to the side.
So are you saying that? So I just want to make sure you're saying that that the measles virus is less dangerous than the vaccine?
No, what I'm saying is that to the line of safe and effective as a consumer and having informed consent, the folks that did this clinical trial that got its FDA licensure for didn't follow the fucking rules. And that
you don't know what the rules are. What's your training?
A placebo group.
What's your training?
As a scientist, I believe that you should agree with those things.
What's your training?
And
I mean, you don't know that.
A longer time span than just 42 days.
You don't know that. You don't. I mean, 42 days could have just been the incubation period that they were trying to look for. That's what happens with. I mean, we saw that in South Carolina and all these outbreak states. That's basically the inoculation period of that period, and the quarantine was probably over, so they didn't need to look at it any longer. So why would you need 40? It doesn't mean
you only need. You only need 2 more donos now. Simon, who are you trying to drop?
That dude with the don't know. Wisconsin, welcome you. What the fuck you talking about? Like, drop that motherfucker.
He's trying to drop for the win.
Maybe he's from Minnesota.
What, Simon, what's their face look like?
I don't know, because they ain't got a face. They got some
okay, is it the one that says Wisconsin?
Some lightning and all that shit.
All right. For the win, to the back for 10 minutes. I'll set a timer. But you guys, you only owe 2 more donos. I'll give you an extra 60 seconds to hit it, or else we go into hit it or quit it mode, which you have to send 1 full red dono. All right, Jim's got 1 more in. I will give you a chance to save it. 1 more. Oh, I think you got it. Hold on. I just accidentally. There you go. And Texas Bully Mom says, drop Simon. All right. Yeah. Simon, what goes around comes around. You got 10 minutes in the back with your buddy for the win. Shout out to you, Chad. I knew you could do it. You're getting another hour. And Lion says, here. And then they all come in at the same. You guys had a full hour, and then you wait till the last 30 seconds. Shout out to all of you guys. All right, Uncle Fatty Sons with the 666 says, question for anti-vaxxers on panel. All right. Y'all, you like the whole my body, my choice thing? Yeah. But would I be able to assume you're also anti-abortion? All right, Spin, let's start with you, because I know that one hits you the hardest.
Can you read it again, please?
Sure. Anti-vaxxers on panel. Y'all are like my body, my choice. Yeah. But would I be able to assume you're also anti-abortion?
I'm pro-life. Absolutely.
Not little kids or elderly, though. You want them to be killed. You want 5 million of those to be killed every year.
What he's saying?
How can you allude to something you don't even know?
Because you're not for vaccines, so therefore you want the 5 million people to be killed every year.
Is everybody the line? You know what, Ben?
Let's let them have it.
You said this last night. You said this last night. Please bring Ben up as well.
Who's Ben?
Ben said something very, very smart last night, as usual. He said in the military, the military made him line up and all the rest of the people to get a shot of penicillin. Did you or did you not say it?
Yeah.
You definitely had to do that.
For sure.
So and
anthrax too.
In your dumbass fucking twisted logic, we should all just line up and take every vaccine that the government would deem to be, appropriate. Am I hitting it right on the head?
No, I don't think that we should force people, because we should incentivize people. So I like the idea that Australia does this. Basically, you get your child tax credit if you vaccinated your child. So everyone would get basically $8,000 a year if they vaccinated their child. If you don't want to vaccinate your kid, it's going to cost you $8,000 a year.
Did you actually go to school? Did you actually go to a school, sir? Or did you get an online PhD? So it's a legitimate
Are you
question.
okay, dude? Are you okay? Are you like all my entire academic background and all 8 of my peer review publications are available and online. You can read my dissertation. You can read my dissertations of how and how well. Look, dude. Look it. I'll talk about it. Okay. You asked about my credentials, and I just want to let you know. Okay. I'll talk about it. It's okay. I'll talk about it right now. My credentials. Okay. So basically, I have I'm really well credentialed in ravaging your mom every night and giving her pleasure that she's never had.
What's the matter?
So basically every single night I please her in ways that your dad never could, and basically your dad pays me every single night in order to just actually give her pleasure in her life. That's it.
You know what?
So basically that's what I got my PhD in. It's specifically your mom too. She it's been great. So I really appreciate her and all the money.
If I start talking about your wife and your kids, you wouldn't be offended, right?
Go ahead. But I'm telling you that I joke. I'm sorry.
We walk a different line, gentlemen. And go ahead and get off this one. There's plenty of things to insult.
They're saving you. See, they saved you. Oh, you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. You couldn't. They're saving you. They're saving you. They're saving you. You can be so mad. You can be so mad.
You have been indoctrinated by stupidity, brother.
But your mom. But guess what? Your mom. I'm indoctrinated. Look. Okay. Look. I'm sorry. Let's calm down. I'm indoctrinated. Look. No. I'm sorry. I apologize. I am indoctrinated, but your mom is indoctrinated every single night by me.
Hey, Sarah.
I mean, your mom goes back from middle school is funny.
Dog walk, dude, just over and over again.
Go ahead, Spin. What's up?
Oh God! Oh my God! This is amazing.
Well,
this is so fun.
Hold on.
Oh, so
your
fun.
mom jokes are obviously like the middle school. Your mom's so fat she uses a boomerang to get her belt on kind of thing. But if it bothers you, Spin, I'll remove the speed date.
If you're soft, if you're too soft, let me know.
Don't remove the speed date.
If you're soft, are you too soft for a mom joke, dude?
Are you too soft to realize that a man is a woman and a woman is a man?
Okay, so a lot of girl cock talk. It's okay. We're back to it. Okay, what's her name, dude? What's her name? What is the who is getting $100 a month OnlyFans for you, dude? Who is her name? What is her name? I want to check her out. I mean, honestly, you really love this girl, so it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
Why can't you answer a simple question?
Why can't you answer mine? What's her name? What do you care so much? I mean, I know why you care so much about her, but be honest with yourself.
No,
it's okay.
You said you're a scientist,
so yeah,
you understand biology, right?
Okay, yeah.
So then you would agree that you said Rachel Levine is a woman.
Yes.
Why do you think Rachel Levine is a woman?
Because people would look at her and they would see a woman.
But biologically, is she a woman?
Does she have I will. You just have to tell me, where do babies come from?
Not a dude's ass.
I know. But where do they come from? Explain the process to me. Where does the fertilized egg implant?
In a woman.
Where in the woman?
In the uterus.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. Good. All right. Awesome. Yes, she doesn't have a uterus, so yes, I would say that she cannot birth people. Yes, she is a woman. Yes.
I'm done with this fucking moron.
Oh, you're gonna crash out again? You can be saved again. You just keep getting saved, bro. They just keep having to save. So mad. Oh my God, Sarah, can we just make this a weekly thing? This is so fun. I mean, this is a great time. This is crazy. I mean, that's so fun.
Jokes with Dr. Greg.
I love it. I love it so much.
And this is why radical people are not accepted, because of your clouded judgment, sir.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Go look in a mirror.
Hold on, though.
Look in a mirror, bro.
Hold on. I guess what was the person's name? Spin Levine.
Rachel Levine.
Okay,
she is a man.
that's all I needed. So Dr. Greg, let me ask.
Okay.
Is Rachel Levine and myself the same? As far as being a woman?
Yes. So you're not going to have the same capability of being pregnant, obviously. But the thing is when someone looks at you, you're not looking at your genitals or your chromosomes in order to attest whether or not you're a woman or not. So that's just what it is.
I don't
know.
That isn't woman apple.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't see a woman
has an apple.
Okay.
It has a banana.
Okay. I like it. I know. You guys, I get it. You guys like the
Filipino lady boy.
I know. You guys, yeah, exactly. You guys like the more I know.
Dude.
Okay.
Would you fuck her?
That is a dude.
Would you fuck him?
Oh.
What?
That's a good question,
I'm
actually.
happily married. So, I mean, I know that you're. I know. Wait. Are you saying? Wait. Are you offering an OnlyFans subscription? If that does happen, is that what you're trying to do? I don't want to. Is that what's going on?
Shut up, so I can ask the question properly. God, you guys are so much on dick measuring, for fuck's sake. Okay, so if this Rachel Levine, scientifically as they are, surgically and whatnot, looked like a really hot woman, and you were not married. You were not married, so this is no offense to your lovely wife. I'm sure she's very lovely, but let's just pretend you're a 22-year-old single dude. Would you willingly, I guess, do a dude like who? Like, you're claiming it's still a woman, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind dating a trans woman. No.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Kraut, sorry. You know what? Kraut brought in a question earlier and I missed it. Kraut says, laws also don't force you to do anything. They stop you from anything that can cause harm or impede someone else, essentially. I think those were shots fired at you, Dr. Greg, if you want to respond to it.
I mean, they force me to stop when I want to go on a red light. I mean, it definitely forces me to do something. So that's just incorrect.
Because
it prescribes punishment if you do something against the law.
Yes.
Laws don't have any force. They're just a prescription.
Denial.
Okay.
Right. This is where force doctrine would kind of come into place on this conversation, and yeah.
I mean, if you want to follow the chain to its absurdity all the way back, yeah, eventually at the end is a guy with a gun. But like, most people aren't going to face that for a traffic ticket.
How dare you? I'm a red light absolutionist, and I think they're ridiculous. How dare you?
All right. Kraut also says, by Greg's logic, if I dress up as a cop, I'm an actual cop. Liberal logic 101. Any thoughts to that?
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, and I got $10 more, and you could get a trans woman to dress up as a freaking cop, and then you guys would be on your way. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Well, I guess I mean, because that's kind of a lot of what we're seeing. I mean, if I where would you stand if I surgically went and had myself to change my ears to dog ears, put a tail on, and then I start walking around on all fours? Maybe I added like 6 more nipples down my abdomen, right? Maybe I actually did some kind of hair growth, hair placement on the rest of my body so I have fur. Would you then say I was a dog?
No, because there's no mechanism to say that like there are dogs within the human population. Like trans people exist, like in or outside of the trans people weren't constructed like and created by liberalism. I know you guys want to think so that is the truth, but they exist.
What is
nobody denies that the human being exists.
No, you literally are. You're saying that trans people don't exist and that they're dudes. You literally are saying that they don't exist. That's the point. Trans people exist.
They just have a mental illness.
Exactly. So you're saying that they don't exist. So you're saying that they don't exist, and that's not true. That's just not true.
They exist. They have a mental illness.
Can I get an answer from this guy?
Go ahead, Clay.
Vaccine for mental health? Maybe you need to take it.
Go ahead, Clay. Go ahead, Clay.
That was beautiful. Good job, dude.
What exactly is? And I want the real answer, not just what you think. What is a trans person?
I mean, a trans person is someone that doesn't identify with the body that they're in currently.
No, that is incorrect, sir.
Oh, okay. So why'd you ask that question then?
In science, right, when we're talking about genetics, especially from a guy who's supposed to know genetics, it has something to do with the chromosomes, correct?
Like I said, a trans person is someone that does not identify with the gender that their body currently is in.
So then don't tell me what you think it is. So tell me from a actual scientist what it is.
That's what it is.
A trans person from a scientist.
That is what it is. I don't understand. That literally is what it is.
It's a person who thinks that they're thinking things. Guy, dude, you are not a scientist.
No, it's someone whose gender identity doesn't match like their biological sex or their gender expression.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Is that okay?
Which means mental health.
No.
Is there a vaccine to fix a trans person?
So I think I'm a dog.
It's gender affirming care to help trans people, and that's what it is.
Species.
That's what it is.
Spin, I still don't think you understand exactly what a vaccine is. like that's, we need
so
to,
true.
We really need to nail this down. The difference between like a vaccine and like a medication for a cure and stuff like that. There is a difference.
A vaccine is medication. Is there a
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Fucking way.
No, it's not. No.
I
want to vaccine. Just against
a
you.
medication would be like I could get a shot for like what is it? I get a shot every now and then when I get really bad migraines. It's like it's a combination of like Benadryl and something else, and they give it to me in like an IV or a shot form, depending on what they're giving me. But like that is a medication to fix something. A vaccine is like it gives you the virus. It's just enough of the virus, like a beat down version. Like they beat the shit out of this virus. They're like, fuck you, virus.
Yeah, like me, right?
And then they weakened it all the way, and then they give it to you, and your body, your immune system, how it attacks it, like it goes and like it creates a pattern over top of it. It's like, oh, I got this motherfucker. But then it memorizes that pattern for later. So next time any type of stronger versions of that virus come in, it's your system, your immune system's already built for it, and it's already multiplied with that pattern. So it's like, we know what we're doing, and it takes it away.
Amazing.
That is a vaccine. So if you say, is there a vaccine to fix this? Like, that's not what a vaccine is meant to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100% correct.
That makes absolute sense. Well, I said it that way to fucking destroy his dumb, stupid logic.
Wow.
I don't think
you
that's
did.
how that works.
That was so good. You're so okay. Go back on mute and think about something else smart to say for the next 5 minutes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You need to take some medication, brother.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
And you need to stop telling yourself that you are a patriot.
Oh, I am a patriot, dude. Guess what? How dare you? How dare? Wait, one second. Excuse me. I need some patriot affirming care. 1 second.
I appreciate Dr. Craig's willingness to be so combative with you guys. Everybody's doing great tonight. Just know to shut up when I'm talking. Lawrence with the big 5 says, hello, lovely lady Sarah. Hello to you, Lawrence. Sarah, if
all day, dude. All day. This is my Americape. Where's your Americape? Huh? Where's your Americape, buddy? Huh? This is mine. This is my Americape, buddy. So cry about it, dude.
5'7"?
Yeah, you okay? Who has a Americape right now? I do. I have an Americape. Deal with it, dude.
Hold on. I need to know the backstory of how you have this just lying around on hand.
Wait. Nobody else has an Americape? You don't have an American flag cape? I don't understand. Nobody else? That's just me. Okay, I guess. Okay.
I guess we don't desecrate the flag.
Okay.
Like an asshole.
Yeah, that's against flag code, Dr. Greg. I'm sorry.
Dude, I hate the flag code. I say fuck the flag code. I mean, that's a separate debate, but yeah, for sure.
All right.
Well, that depends if it's made from a flag or if it's just made to look like a flag.
Dr. Frodo and I about patriotism.
I love it.
Goodness. All right. Lawrence says, if Spin City and Dr. Greg were in a boxing ring to fight, who would win? Well, okay, number one, Spin is in a wheelchair. So because of that, he automatically, by default, loses a lot of points. All right. And Dr. Greg looks like he either is a runner or a cycler of some sort. So I would give him a lot of, stamina. He probably has a lot of stamina to go a few rounds. So I think in this event, Spin would probably give his best wheel forward, but I still think Greg would probably win on the boxing match.
Thank you.
Right? I hope my assessment.
It's jujitsu. I do jujitsu, so that's my thing. So,
but I promise it wouldn't be a very fair fight.
Oh, okay. What another pussy has to use a weapon, has to use his guns, can't use his hands. It's okay. I mean, a lot of you guys are like that. It's okay.
Anything about a weapon?
No, okay. Right.
It would be fair because jujitsu, he'd get on his butt and scoot towards Spin.
Yeah.
So they'd be like on the same level. They'd be both doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Totally fair. Exactly.
Come out of your fucking libtard state of California and come to Florida. We'll do it.
Oh, okay. You got it, buddy. You got it. Any day.
Is this Rex Kwon Do from Napoleon Dynamite right now?
All right. Crowd says, what can happen if you run a red light, Dr. Greg? Could it cause harm? Therefore, we have that law to try to stop harm.
Yeah.
Crowd, I think that actually speaks more towards what Dr. Greg was saying.
I love that. Exactly. Thank you. W.
Yeah.
Based and true.
But they couldn't force me to drive either.
Yeah. If you exactly. I mean, the argument would be basically like, I'm going to run the red light. I don't believe in red lights, and I can only hit you if you're going forward. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go forward.
But people also have the choice of whether they want to enter the roads or not, right? You have the choice of whether you want to enter the public domain in a vehicle and risk somebody not stopping at the red light.
I mean, I would say that a lot of people, like, because of work and because of the reality of where we are, don't really have the choice in order to, use their vehicles. It's kind of like it's a public space that we have, that we regulate.
I mean, the Amish choose buggies all the time. Like they ride around on horses too, so it's not there are options. I know grown ass adults who absolutely have refused to get in a car and drive and get their driver's license, who are around all of our ages, grown adults that just refuse to do it. To me, it's like, why? But to them, they're like, I just don't want to drive, right? So they have that ability.
Yeah. With bridges. Same thing with bridges. I know people who will not cross a bridge.
Yeah. Or go on highways. I know a lot of people that won't go on the Beltway. Mm-hmm. And so that is their choice. But see, like in your instance, you're saying, hey, it's safe. You have to go across the Beltway now. That is your only way to go. You have to. And you're saying everybody has to drive a vehicle. If you wanted to pay $8,000 a year to have your kid unvaccinated, then that would be okay. I mean, whatever.
That's where we get into the punitive damages, right? So
it's not punitive. I mean, it's like it's $8,000 for vaccinating your child. It's a benefit. You're paying people to do something.
What?
Well, and you got to add in what he's really saying is it's safe because I say so now, even though it wasn't safe before. Even though it wasn't safe before, it's safe now because he already admitted that some of the vaccines got pulled from the market for not being safe, but also still holds to the safe and effective mantra.
I don't have $8,000.
Yes, sir.
If I don't have $8,000, are you just going to take my child then?
You don't get paid the $8,000 then. I mean, you don't have to. You're not charged $8,000.
Oh, you're going to give me $8,000. So you're going to penalize the rest of society who doesn't choose to do that.
What do you? Well, I mean, that's the Australian model.
So that's a penalty, sir. On everybody else.
No, absolutely not. So there's a lot of different models on
my tax dollars and give it to somebody else.
Yes.
Who's getting paid $8,000?
So we were reviewing I don't think that you should be strapped down and push like vaccines into your body if you don't want it. But I think that there's two ways of going through things. Enforcing good behavior in society, right? You can either do a punitive measure where you're charging people like a fee. We do that in Germany. Paris does that. It's like a one-time fee. If you don't vaccinate your kid against something, it's like a $500 fee, and you just pay that, and then that's it. In the United States, we basically make it mandatory in order to vaccinate your kid in order to go to public school. That's kind of like our friction. I personally like the Australian model where they basically pay you $8,000 a year to have a vaccinated child.
Can you name a separate law that incentivizes in this way here in the U.S.? A single one.
In the U.S., no, probably, but they do the same with like compulsory voting in Australia, where you get paid to vote. So I think that's a good model.
Why do you think it is that the U.S. does not give money to people for incentive for any other program?
I mean, because I think that we fundamentally lack patriotism and we lack caring about one another.
Yeah, but it's still an incentive even to have kids. Go ahead.
That's not giving tax.
Yeah, it would be something completely new, Clay. It would be something completely new.
Her way to the panel, and I'm going to make room for her. So everybody else, shut up. Go ahead, Mrs. Balderson.
I find it abhorrent to think that it's worth bribing a parent to potentially put their child at risk against their own better judgment. What if you disagree with me? And so what if I went and I bribed your child with $8,000 not to get the vaccine?
Okay. All right.
Why
Democracy.
are we bribing over children and they're like, I'm going to bribe you as the government to put your child at risk.
It's called coercion, because you know who's going to be able to do that? The only people who are going to be able to have the option would be people who don't need $8,000, right? So the poor, the people who don't have the means or access to money, they look at that $8,000 as, hey, I need that. I need that more than I need my options.
It's also
I mean, that's how it works currently too.
You can only give the people so much. You're not allowed to give them $8,000 in a testing trial for
Of course
that
you can.
very reason.
Of course you can.
Right.
People get paid to do research trials all the time. That's not true.
but it's
and I mean, I can tell guys, I can tell you, I can tell you right now that you guys don't actually view. I want to tell you guys, I want to tell you that you guys don't actually agree with any of the positions that you have, because you know who the most vaccinated state is in the country?
Your mom's.
Okay, good try. That's a good try. I like
Not
that.
a clue.
Yeah, exactly. You would think that, I mean, I would think my hypothesis would be, it would be like Massachusetts, Delaware, something that's like a small, compact, liberal or something like that. But in reality, the number one vaccinated state, Alabama, because they don't have any religious or personal exemptions in their vaccines, and they were over 97% vaccinated. So I basically want just the same politics as Alabama. That's what I'm copying. So you guys think that it's like some liberal conspiracy, but in reality, it's just literally Alabama.
What's your stupidity?
Oh, good try, dude. Another 5 minutes. Have a good one. See ya. Try to make another coherent thought.
Go ahead, Mrs. Balderson.
When you combine vaccines now with the gene editing that we're talking about, we don't even understand studies that were done 47 years ago. We're just now finding out the actual results of. What makes us think that we're not going to start treating diseases with gene editing that aren't actually the result of previous gene editing and or vaccinations or medications? How many things that we treat now are not actual diseases? They're just an over-medication. We're changing the body's chemistry. We're making everything so toxic that it's reacting in ways that we can't predict. What if we then go in and mutate somebody's genes based on something that was an adverse reaction to something we did to them?
So this is figured out like we figured this stuff like the mechanistic approach to medicine. So like basically we understand how like proteins work, then how genes make a protein, and then we look at the deleterious mutations in that DNA of that protein, and then we study this in human tissue culture. So basically human cells that are just a single celled, and then we see if that mechanism fundamentally still holds true, and that wouldn't have any of the nutrition or terrain theory that you're kind of talking about. So it would be found in those mechanisms.
I love that you just tried to like make it seem like it's ridiculous that I would think that things we put in the body might affect it.
I literally said how we test that and how we do test that. I didn't say it was absurd at all. I was literally laying out how it's like what you're talking about is tested.
We're testing things over very short periods of time. We're not testing generations later. We're not testing 10 years later. We're testing after, you said, in a single cell replication.
Yeah.
That's not a human, an entire human functioning system.
True.
That's not the same, and that's not
We know
seeing
that.
how generations later is going to react to that.
We know that, and that's why it's multiple models. So that's why we have single-celled human tissue culture. That's why we have animal models. That's why we have other like animal models, and then we have human trials. So it's not just one thing.
None of that is foolproof. So why are we going to penalize people either monetarily or with lack of access to the system because they don't trust the science? They're willing to take a risk, or they just don't believe that what they're being told is true.
Because
why
the
are
risk,
we going to take freedom away from people based on something that is not settled, that is not known long term?
it is settled. Once it's gone through the FDA trials and stuff, it is settled. That's the whole idea. It's not experimental once it becomes a medicine and it's given to you.
Work that way.
Yes, it
Science
does.
is never settled.
Yes, I mean it continually researched, but we're not going to say, "Oh my gosh, no way, there's no viruses, and we thought viruses existed this entire time." Oh my gosh, that's just not. Yeah, that's
No
not.
one's going to go back and research it then in 10 years or 15
Yes,
or
we
40
do.
years.
Yes, we do.
To see.
No, that's
If it's
fundamentally. I'm
settled,
not.
why
No,
would
I'm telling.
you waste your
I'm
money
telling
and your
you.
funding on settled science.
No,
You
that's
just
not true. So again, this is I can tell you as a research scientist, I'm telling you that we test those hypotheses over and over and over again as we go forward. So the hypotheses get stronger and stronger over time, so that we can better understand it. We can better understand it with new technologies that we have, new understandings, new mechanistic, computer modeling, that kind of stuff. So we better understand things over time.
Can I point out that, Greg, you lied, dude. Alabama, and I have it, just a cursory search, right? I have it if you want to pull it up.
Yeah.
Massachusetts is the most vaccinated state.
Oh,
and
what?
then I asked the
Did it
question,
change?
just a cursory search, right? And then I asked the question, where's Alabama on that list? It says it's 49th overall.
Because it changed because of the vaccine. Because basically in 2024, because of a case of it's insanity, a judge actually overrode that idea and they changed it. So it's that's awful, dude. I didn't know that it dropped by that much. I mean, thank you for telling me. That's awful, dude.
Well, how can I trust you on that when?
You can check it out. Check it out. Alabama.
Let me put it in a way that would be okay. So, and here's why Clay is saying this, Dr. Greg, because you sat here and you said Alabama's the most because of X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. But then in the reverb, you went and said, oh, yeah, I forgot there was this 2024 case where the judge actually did all of this stuff. Wouldn't that already ring a bell to say that, because you were saying because they have these state laws and yada yada, but then you said in 2024 a judge went and kicked all that out.
Yeah.
So you're even if Alabama was still the most vaccinated, you're still kind of being disingenuous about the state laws after you knowingly understood that in 2024 a judge kicked all of those out.
No, them denying personal exemption and religious exemptions made them the most vaccinated state. Those two things are absolutely true, and that's what I'm talking about.
But the judge, you're saying the judge came in
and the judge
and there
is
was
wrong.
a big case where the judge overruled a bunch of stuff.
And the judge is wrong.
The Senate also passed the rule.
But hold on. But you're saying he overruled it, and basically the religious waiver and the option to opt out now are okay for that state to utilize.
Correct.
Like I could live in Alabama.
I don't know what the current. I don't know what the current thing is. I know that did happen. I don't know what the current thing. I'm assuming because basically all the Republican states are trying to push in as much, harm into these states in terms of vaccine prevention. So I'm sure that religious and personal exemption, as with all the Republican states, are in there.
You're calling it harm, but the state is actually forcing people to go against their own will. And forcing them to vaccinate in those cases. And then the court decided that, wait a minute, this goes against people's belief systems. No, we can't force them to do this. So the court's actually siding with the people.
No, the court's siding with misinformation.
With what Clay just brought up, showing, you said it was the first top state that was vaccinated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying just 2 years ago, a judge came in and said, fuck that. If you have a religious waiver, if you want to opt out, you have the right to do so, XYZ. And they immediately got booted to the 49th place.
It's
play.
awful.
Was that what it said?
It's awful.
That's what it said.
So,
I mean,
so if it would, and here's my point is, when you don't allow people to have an option, of course they're going to be the highest in the state of being vaccinated because they don't have the choice to avoid it.
Yes.
However, now they've been given the option, and in only 2 years it took for them to drop down to be in the 49th place on that list.
I know that's awful, and there's
of the states,
and all those kids are now harmed because of it.
And I guess what that shows is that people have the right to choose those types of things in terms of what you can force into our bodies and not. Correct?
No, it shows that basically this whole the thing around vaccines is an ideology that's pushed from the pandemic, and people didn't care about these things in Republican states before the pandemic. And the example is Alabama. Alabama, if people really cared about personal freedom and personal liberty and informed consent, where were you guys in 2018, 2017 pushing this, that the freedom for Alabamians to exist without vaccines? Like, you were nowhere. So I'm saying
No, that's not true. That's not the way the law works.
That's
the
definitely how it works. No, the law is wrong. No, that's the law doesn't catch up. That just you have someone that
something happens.
No.
It's not like something happens and then all of a sudden there's a law against it, right? It's actually, there's like years sometimes. Literally, the Civil War happened because of a specific ideology that later was reformed with the Civil Rights Act, right? So the idea that law just happens immediately because something bad happened, that's not true. Enforcing people to take vaccines against their will is a bad thing. That's why the law is now catching up.
No, I mean the judge is wrong. The judge is wrong, and again, you guys didn't care. You didn't care. You didn't care about this 10 years ago, bro. Like, Republicans didn't care about this 10 years ago, and the evidence is in the pudding.
You just believe they didn't.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Nobody was protesting Alabama and the freedom for Alabamians.
And here's the thing. It's not a Republican-Democrat issue,
it is,
right?
It is.
Everybody cares about their kids. The people care about their kids. What you're proposing is that the government needs to step in to tell the parents how to raise their fucking children.
The vaccine hesitancy rate has dropped precipitously on the Republican side and not the Democratic side, and independents not so much, not as much. So it's specifically
the Democrat hesitancy was when Donald Trump was in office and all the Democrats came out and said, this isn't tested.
No,
it's not tested.
No, it's because you know why? You know why? Because he was trying to postpone. Because I'll tell you, because they were trying to stop. He was trying to stop short the last stage of the FDA trials because he thought it was a political win in order to have a vaccine. So he wanted it to be cut early. That's the reality.
One day Joe Biden took over and all of a sudden the Democrats are like, we have vaccines.
No, I mean, I literally told you what the actual thing is.
Hold on. I'm going back to Alabama. It says, I was searching for like before COVID and during COVID. It said Alabama required immunizations for children attending public school or private school and daycares. State laws permitted medical exemptions signed by a physician and religious exemptions obtained through a county health department. This is like no different than the average state. Like, this is pretty common.
How does it feel to get debunked by the host?
I wanted to ask
hold on. I'm not done yet. So it says there were very few high-profile state-level legislative battles to remove or loosen those rules. And Alabama did not require the Hep B vaccine for children, a requirement almost all other states enforced. So they were even a little more lax than most other states in this in this instance. And then it says 2021, the fight escalated sharply in response to federal workplace mandates. Alabama passed in a law in 2021 to block government entities from requiring COVID-19 vaccinations or vaccine passports. And they I guess there was an executive order 724 in October 2021 to fight federal COVID-19 overreach. And so they've been like pretty, I think they sound like more loose than most vaccine requirements.
So you mentioned that it was the feds. Yeah,
Sarah, Dr. Greg meant Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
It automatically changes.
Okay, thank you.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, sorry. Different southern state right next to it.
Sorry, my bad.
It's
Yeah, 'cause
Mississippi.
I was confused. I was going to ask.
Hell, they all look at
Mississippi
Sorry.
and West Virginia
Because
are the
I was
only two
doing
states that historically haven't allowed non-medical exemptions. And the Mississippi vaccination rate is like.
Okay.
Let me
My
ask you
bad.
something, Dr. Death.
Yeah, thank you. I knew I genuinely, okay, my mistake.
Let me ask you something, Dr. Death. Why does it always come to Democrat politics or Republican politics?
I don't know. Why did the Republican Party make this about ideology? I don't know.
This
I don't know.
This is not about
It is.
politics,
It is.
sir.
It is. Like because you can see vaccine hesitancy
Everything
rate go
leads
drop
back to-
because of the
leads back
Republicans
to
specifically.
politics.
They did. It has.
Dr. Darko, Mississippi ranks 51st.
See, now you were just debunked again, sir.
In what?
Do me a favor.
Also, the Amish.
There's only 50 states. What are you comparing it to?
For the Amish.
How are you 51st?
It includes
Where's
DC. This actually, and this is just off of cursory research, like I said, but it includes DC.
Okay, so look, there's a public health.
It's 51st in all the
Everything that you two are saying is being debunked. Maybe you need to go to the McDonald's drive-through and get a real fucking job.
You mean it was really
you're so mad.
Massachusetts the whole time? Yes, it was really Massachusetts who ranks first the whole
That's the guy
time.
that's desecrating my flag.
Super Democrat.
Piece of shit.
You're so mad. I love it. It's so funny.
You can. I don't know what you're saying. It's Massachusetts, like Mississippi and West Virginia didn't allow non-medical exemptions for like 3 decades, and that is only recently changed.
First
Okay. I'm not talking about ranking first. I'm saying, or sorry, the state that Dr. Greg was referring to was Mississippi because it is one of 2 states that doesn't allow non-medical exemptions.
Sir, Mississippi
hold on.
is on the
Send me that.
Mississippi still ranked pretty high though.
Previously existing. But it's okay. But Dr. Greg's whole point was like that was the key factor he was saying was where were they prior to COVID? Why were they not fighting this prior to COVID? And even looking at Mississippi, it says Mississippi has been fighting against its mandatory childhood vaccination laws for over 4 decades, specifically since the 1979 Mississippi Supreme Court ruling in Brown v. Stone by striking down a previously existing religious exemption. This landmark case established one of the strictest compulsory vaccination frameworks in the country. But it says that they've been trying to fight against it since then. And that was 1979. So we've got 1979 is the turning point. Decades of legislative pushback, 1998 through 2020, throughout the modern anti-vaccination movement, state legislators rejected dozens of bills seeking to reestablish religious or personal belief exemptions. This consistent legal defense earned Mississippi some of the highest childhood vaccination rates in the nation, right? But they have continually tried to fight it. It's not like they only just now came up and said, COVID, we don't like this. Like it's showing
it was
they've
a federal
been.
Judge. They didn't
How
even
does
pass
it
the law.
feel to be debunked by the host again?
I wasn't debunked. She literally just said, held some of the highest childhood vaccination rates for 3 decades.
You missed the point, Darko. Dr. Greg sat here and said, why were they not fighting this until COVID? All of a sudden, COVID happened, and now they want to fight against the mandatory vaccinations, right? I'm debunking that piece, saying, yes, we acknowledge that in 1979, a Supreme Court removed their religious exemptions in 1979. Okay. But they have since been fighting that, specifically 1998 through 2020. That's over 20 years worth of fighting up until the COVID thing happened. And now they're fighting even more in 2023 federal injunction. The fight over the 1979 mandate largely reached a resolution when a federal court ruled that Mississippi must accommodate sincerely held religious beliefs. So for 1979, they literally finally overruled it in 2023, allowing
after
that.
the pandemic.
So
yeah, because of that. I mean, the point stands.
It's showing
it's not
in 1998 through 2020. That's 22 years. It says all of these bills and stuff we're trying to go through, consistent legal defense earned in Mississippi, so on and so forth. So it's not like they just COVID happened. They're like, hey guys, I think we should finally do something. They've been doing something about it. It was probably the COVID issue that really pushed the concept into okay, now this is a big problem.
It pushed it mainstream.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
You go. Thank you.
It was never a mainstream thing because all the powers that they've always kept it under wraps, and that we've always quote unquote trusted our doctors. I trusted my doctor up until all this stuff, and I said, wait a minute. That opened my eyes, and it opened a ton of people's eyes to all of this.
Can I show the
dude? You're wearing a cape and desecrating our flag. Shut up!
Oh, you're so mad, dude. I love it. So mad.
Desecrate
the flag.
First, placing it at the very bottom.
So the citation is Wallet Hub.
Bro, I told you it was a cursory search, but look at this. What is this?
No, it's an AI
Mississippi State Health Department.
It's an AI thing.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Mississippi Health Department. Oh, damn.
Oh,
but it's dropping since there. So yeah, it makes sense that there would be. Right?
Debunked.
It's not, look, this is, like I said, it's a cursory search. The beautiful thing about Google is it uses Gemini, and a lot of times what it does is it just goes by basically the most prominent source on the internet. And yeah, Wallet Hub.
Thank you for explaining Google to me.
From the Mississippi State Health Department. This is why on the top it's saying this came from this. So this is probably quoting something in here. That's the way AI works. Maybe you just don't understand how AI works.
Thank you.
Gemini's
Thank
doing
you.
that. I like the way Gemini works because essentially I don't have to worry as much. Now, if it's something that's really far-fetched, I'll go into a deeper dive. That's that deep dive. On
the
Google.
ranking you're talking about is childhood vaccinations only for COVID and no other vaccines. If you actually click through to the source, and
that's not what I asked it, dude. I said, "What's the highest rate vaccinated state in the United States?"
But it's using that. Oh my gosh!
And then I said, "Where does Alabama rank on that?" And then it said 49th. And then I said, "Where does Mississippi rank on that?" And then it said 51%.
But he looked at the source. But Darko looked at the source, and he knows that that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, Wallet Hub. Yeah, okay, great. Well, Wallet Hub compiled with obviously other data. I mean, it literally had bro, you don't understand the way AI works.
Oh, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thanks for elucidating us.
How LLMs work.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Oh, tell me all about it. How does it go in there and search it and scrub the internet? Tell me.
Are you familiar with differential equations at all? Or like,
that this whole panel has debunked you and Dr.
Dude, go back on mute, bud.
Every source, and then whenever Gemini brings it up, it actually shows you the source. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, so that's a quote, obviously, off of,
and you have to try and click on the source.
So you might say Wallet Hub doesn't have the right sources, but if you go into the source,
what is he talking about?
Yeah, but you didn't do that.
Think about sources, right? So what you're doing is you're going to argument from authority, argument of credulity. Right? Yes, that is. That's exactly what that is. You're saying Wallet Hub isn't good enough for me, but I guarantee you that in Wallet Hub there's another source. This is why when somebody else was saying something, oh, that's from house.gov on another fucking thing that I brought up.
Oh, yeah, because House Republicans are fucking insane.
I'm going to your right-leaning source, which is from other institutions.
It's true.
Let's cringe.
I'm not right. I'm right-leaning. I'm not right. I'm not left. I'm centrist.
You're incorrect.
All of a sudden, because I don't agree with you, that I'm siding with you on a political spectrum. No, I'm telling you that you're wrong.
But he identifies as correct, so checkmate.
Oh,
bingo!
Got me.
Got him.
Forgot.
Bingo. How does it feel to be debunked by the host and damn near 90%?
Are you okay, dude? Are you still repeating the same thing over and over and over again? You should go on mute again. You should just go back on mute. Just go
rethink
what? What? Okay, thank you. I'll consider all your points, and I will. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
How does it feel to not be able to debunk
somebody
someone else to do it for you
online and thinks that they know what they're talking about? Really doesn't.
Wow, you're right. Everything
So
on the
again, so again, a Republican state had the highest vaccination rate, and I'm trying to emulate the politics of a Republican state, and that triggers you so much that you don't understand that.
I don't think you understand your own true fucking logic.
Oh, wow, dude, those are big words.
But my words are true and they're factual.
Oh, jeez, man, you say them with so much conviction. It's so wow, it's incredible. No, we haven't. I literally was talking about the Republican states and these Republican states that have like the personal and the political freedom of Republican states. And I'm telling you, you can be as mad as you want, but I'm telling you, it's still correct. I'm sorry I erroneously said the wrong Republican state. I apologize.
Here we go back to politics again. True leftist mentality. It's all about the left and the right. Dude, science.
Okay, I'm looking at
fucking fake science.
Okay,
dude.
all right,
Hold
we get
on,
it. I'm a
hold
fake
on.
scientist. Okay.
Hold on. Can I? Maybe you can help me and ensure I can understand this. I think I understand this. Greater than 1 dose MMR vaccination coverage by age 24 months. That's like your standard,
That is
vaccinations
standard across the board for any newborn. Yes.
Dr. Greg, do you agree with what I'm saying there?
Greater than or equal to 1.
Greater than 1 dose.
Okay.
Right. MMR vaccination coverage by age 24 months.
Okay.
Among children. Right. That's like your standard. What every child would typically get when they go to their pediatrician when they're newborn, and you get your series of vaccinations. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I mean everyone. Yeah, that 2 doses
MMR.
is standard since 1992.
Okay. So on the legend, it shows the coverage, and obviously the lighter colors are 77% to 88% of coverage. And then the darker colors are the highest in terms of the darkest is 95% to 98% coverage. And the whole, the bulk of the South, which would be more of the right-leaning states, are in the lighter coverage area. I see a little bit more up northeast, like you've got North Carolina, West Virginia, Maryland, Connecticut, Vermont, Maine. They're all heavier on the coverage. And then, of course, our West Coast, we got Washington, Oregon, and then Nevada. California, I don't know if why they're so low on their percentage comparatively.
And again, to look at the sample size that you're dealing with, you're dealing with less than 200 in each of these states.
I love that that's your only thing that you know. It's so cute. It's so cute.
That's not a
it's so funny. It's so cute.
Fucking ass, and you don't have an answer for
number.
it.
You have no idea, dude. That not every study needs to have 100,000 people in it. I don't know what to tell you.
The whole point of statistics is to not need tens of thousands of people in your sample.
Yes.
Without a placebo group. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. They do.
Where do you see they don't have a control group?
This is the CDC.
In my study that I brought up, Ant.
This is the CDC.gov and their coverage in terms of immunizations. I think the CDC, I would assume, would be pretty solid on their numbers here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they're pulling everything.
I would think so. I mean, I would assume.
Right.
Well, I mean, that was less than 200 per state there. That's not everything.
Where does that say?
When you hover over a state, just look on the bottom when you just hover over. See the sample size?
Sample size? Oh, okay. I see.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What the fuck? That's not a sample. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny.
Why would they say?
Because this is statistical data, you have to report the sample size.
Right. I mean, that's wow. You're talking about literally millions of people in a population, and you
can take a simple random sample from that population. It doesn't have to be huge, and say something about it. I'm sorry they don't teach statistics in school. They should, so people could understand how this works.
Does the smaller the sample size increase the size of the variance?
Well, no, it depends on what sort of confidence interval you're shooting for. That's what's going to determine your sample size.
So the variance.
The confidence level.
With 200, I can say confidently that I don't really know, but with 10,000, I can much more confidently say I have an idea of what's going on. It's pretty easy to get it's pretty easy to get
that isn't how confidence levels
all have very specific conditions.
I mean, this is just like a poll when they do the pollsters and everything. You know, who are you actually polling? This is the same question.
That's a survey.
Who's choosing to be a part of that survey? Exactly.
It says estimates with confidence interval with greater than 20 may not be reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence interval.
Wait. Estimates with confidence interval with.
Yeah.
What is that? Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It means if it's plus or minus like 20%, then it's not reliable, which makes sense.
And then this says abbreviations: confidence interval, 95% confidence intervals, FPL, federal poverty level. Okay, so 95% confidence intervals.
This is exactly why I encourage people to participate on the local level, because when you're talking about a sample size of 350 million people, and you take
okay, here it is. So 95% confidence interval. So Illinois, so 92% estimate on coverage, 95% confidence
so the 86.8 to 95.8 is the margin of error. It's the interval. So somewhere in there is the true mean that we're looking for.
Between 86 to 95.
Yeah, it's in somewhere in there.
I could rest my head on that. 88 to 97. What is California? 78 to 94. And that's probably because you're mountain people out there, Ben.
I mean, it's crazy that we poll more people for a poll than they do for our health.
And this is for
that's what I'm wondering. Children, right? I would think the CDC would have way bigger, I don't know, way more solid data. I would expect to not just have a sample size. I would expect exact numbers almost.
Well, you know what? You know why that doesn't work, Sarah? Because people come out with a shotgun, say, "Get the fuck off my property."
Well, that's very expensive.
Well, you would look at the number of vaccines.
It's our health, bro. It should be very expensive. I want to have good data when it comes to our health.
We can't run a census every year. That's just unreasonable.
I'm not asking for a census. I'm asking for our health to be actually.
Why wouldn't you record
it's your health care, right? The pediatrician, they enter the little medical assistants go and enter that information into a thing, and it puts it in like you were vaccinated today with this, and this, blah, blah, blah. If there's any reactions to it, that gets noted and updated later when you call back to your pediatrician, like my child's dying, and they're like, okay, child almost died after receiving this vaccination, blah, blah, blah. All side effects have to be reported, so on and so forth. Why is that information not being provided to us on the CDC?
Because that's private medical information, but a lot of that type, they can put it as I was going to say there is anonymized information that they can submit for studies.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's and that's the numerator, like how many people were vaccinated, but you still have to figure out like how many people like were born in that state like each year in order to like keep that data updated. Like, otherwise you can only update that data every 10 years.
We issued X amount of birth certificates this year. Go.
Right.
Come on, man.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Come on, man.
Birth certificate.
Dr. Darko debunked again.
And also Dr. Darko from the back chat. From what you said to my article that I brought up, you don't go and get individual M, and R vaccines.
Yes.
It's the 3-in-1
yes.
altogether. That is what's offered.
The individual vaccines were all licensed, and they were just doing a clinical trial on combining the three, which is why they had a shorter window.
That's what's offered. We don't have the option of going and getting M,
but you did
R.
before that clinical trial, and that's when they.
I don't give a shit about what happened in the before year.
Shut the fuck up, dude. You were so full of shit. Go
stand up. Just so mad.
That's saying that's wrong.
Did your girl raise her OnlyFans subscription cost? Is that why you're so mad?
Your credibility.
You're the guy wearing a flag.
It is, isn't it? I'm sorry.
I didn't choose to do that. You chose to do that.
So bad, dude. So bad.
It's like everything you brought here to this panel tonight. Unbelievable.
You're a basement fucking scientist.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh my god.
Hold on. Stop. I fucking forgot the dono goal existed yet again. All right, you are currently sitting at 1 out of 10 on the dono goal appropriately. I could be nice and add these few 5s up together if I feel like being nice, but I don't know how nice I feel like being. But in the meantime, you got to grift. You got to grift because I'm not done yet, and I don't think anybody else is either. We're having way too much fun with this. Ant, tell these fuckers what to do in the chat. They got 3 minutes. Go.
Hey, listen, I'll make a deal with you since my wife's still up. If we meet the donor goal, I'll go pester her and let me use her setup so I can cam up for the first time.
Wow.
Oh, dude.
Exciting.
Somebody better fucking make that goal. For the win, tell them what to do.
Help us out. We want to keep the stream going. I think we're entertaining all of you guys tonight here, and we've had a great discussion, great topic tonight with everything, Sarah. So, again, guys, we got to hit that goal. How many do we need, Sarah? By the way, I heard you got a couple fives together.
Nine. I might, out of desperation, maybe if I feel like being nice, put the 5s together. But I don't know how nice I'm feeling since I've had to pull teeth tonight to get them to hit the dono goal. So 9 out of 10 is what you need.
Can we make that 8 out of 10 because Simon booted me for just telling him to shut the fuck up? Can we make that an 8?
That included in the last dono goal, so I can't double dip it. Mm-hmm.
Double dip it. Come on, man. Okay. Mm-hmm. Moving along. Thank you.
All right. Fair enough. All right, Darko, you've barely said much tonight. You were like, I'm coming in hot. I'm coming over here. I'm going to fuck shit up. But I want to be able to give you the space so you can try to fuck shit up. Tell them what to do.
Oh, yeah. You got to donate. Come on. Don't you guys love the free statistics lessons that you're getting? Like we're doing all this medical science for you for free. Like you have to pay to go to college, and we're just out here educating all of these panelists for free. And Sarah's here to benefit from it. So let's fucking
That's
go.
right. That's right. And I'm a little more involved tonight than I have been. Lone Wolf, how do you feel about your husband camming up for the first time?
Oh, I'm the one that came up with that. But also, if it's okay with you, I'm going to mention that I'm working on something special for the people. And I need to see some extra effort here tonight because I have a surprise for the chat that I've been talking to Sarah about that I'm going to try to have done by my birthday next month.
Ooh.
And so if we can get this, support Sarah up a little bit, maybe get some more people, or maybe, get some more patrons or something going on, that would be great. Get me motivated to get the surprise done before my birthday next month. That would be great.
Hell yeah. Send money. Clay's going goth. Oh shit.
Oh my god. No, you didn't donate already? I want to see ants. I'm trying to see ants, and you guys need to donate. This is gonna happen, guys. Do it.
Do it, homie.
Donate.
Spin, where's your bunny ears? I want bunny ears. Tell those to fuck off bunny ears. Spin might be taking a shit. Spin, you taking a shit? He's taking a shit. Poor Spin. All right, Dr. Greg, earlier you said, yeah, maybe I'll stay for 30 more minutes.
I know.
It's been well longer than that.
I know.
Are you done?
I know. I am. I got to go grift myself. Dude, Sarah, you're an incredible host. It is really cool seeing you in action. I appreciate thank you for having me. So, yeah, it's been really fun. I appreciate you.
Oh, absolutely. Are you heading out, Dr. Greg?
Yeah, I gotta grift myself. I gotta go do the whole thing. I gotta yell at my chat more. You're realizing I need to whip my chat into shape and make them pay.
Yes, tell them what to do. You're not free.
Yeah.
Don't be a cheap date.
Yeah.
Be a cheap date. I'm not a cheap date. That's
I'm not.
for a fucking fact. Because Alexander sent the big 50. It says, someone meet me halfway. It's been a while since we've seen Alexander in the chat. Welcome back, my friend. Dr. Greg, thank you so much for a wonderful night. It's been swell getting you back over here.
Yeah.
I foresee in the future, very soon future, a lot of people wanting to debate you on some of these vaccine concepts. So
okay.
I'm sure I'll be reaching out to you on behalf of that.
Come on back. I
am cursed to be talking about this for the rest of my science communication life. I think yeah, guys. I think that there are a lot of awesome technologies and like improvements that people that we are having in science. I think that, but it's genuinely good to have look back at the pandemic in order to better understand what we did, but how we can do better. And the conclusion should be that we did poorly looking out, after one another from the deaths per capita, and we should figure out how to better prepare for the next pandemic, because it's going to happen eventually, right? So we need to figure out how we can have better tools, better monitoring, better patriotism to look out after one another. So thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
No, you guys should spin. You got to be happy because he came here to give you someone to hate for the rest of the day.
There you go.
So
I try.
Be appreciative.
And get yourself an AmeriCape. Get yourself an AmeriCape so you can be a patriotic American like I am. All right, but you're not a patriot, I guess. I don't know. All right. See you guys. It's been fun. Bye.
Goodbye, Dr. Greg. Have a wonderful.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. All right. Oh my God, guys. It's so funny. I'm so embarrassed about misquoting Alabama. Oh, that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. I knew because it was like in a thing, and I thought it was like West Virginia and another southern state, and I erroneously thought it was Alabama, and I haven't looked that up since like seeing that and reading that. So that is embarrassing. It's like so frustrating to get something factually incorrect, though. One thing.